to get down on your knees. Inject the needle in me. I want heroin. I want heroin in my arms. I want heroin. I want heroin in my arms. Heroin in my arms. You're gonna find me dead! You're gonna find me dead! You're gonna find me dead! And I will throw down! Knock your lights out! Throw down!
Footages.
You fucking peasant! Shithead!
Oh my goodness, my buns.
What's up, everybody? What's up, humanoids? It's like a Bobby Brain Heenan reference. Look at that. What's up, humanoids? Welcome to Thursday Night Throwdown, or now the newly titled Throwdown. Because what if it doesn't happen on Thursday nights at some point? What are we gonna do then? So now it's called Throwdown. Much easier. You know.
Throwdown.
Good old Throwdown. And you know, there's a couple things I didn't do today I'm kind of mad about, so I'm pissed off. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, though. There really is a lot of shit to talk about. I think I might have enraged Justin Bailey a minute ago, by the way. I wish Bailey would call up so I could ask him if I could play some of his angry voice messages that I have, because it'd be really funny, I think. I'm a sick fuck. I'll admit it. I'm sick. Troy knows.
Oh yeah, you're a dirty, dirty bastard.
I'm like a dangerous combination of sick and stupid and loud rolled into one thing.
Yeah, and the problem is nobody can tell which one they're getting on any particular day. Like, is he being a dick? Like, no, he stubbed his toe this morning.
Right.
It's the concussion, bad day. He's an idiot.
You think Troy sounds low? Why don't you say something, Leah?
Is that a joke that I don't sound high?
No.
It's weird.
Well, that too.
It is weird. You did sound better earlier when you first.
It just sounds like I didn't know if he could fix that or whatever. I was just letting him know that I thought you sounded a little bit low.
Mic, but one of the problems with this mic is the little thing is very short, and if it gets too close to my face, then my mustache rubs up against it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear that. Is this better now? I tried to move it in front of my mouth.
No, you're fine. It's fine to me. It just it sounded different earlier, but I didn't even notice it until Leah said it. So now Leah's annoyed me.
You sound better than you did just a minute ago when everything was lagging.
Well, I noticed that the bar went up to red, so we have a yellow bar now.
Red alert.
Can anybody hear the sounds? Still can't hear the music, can you? Nobody?
I don't hear anything big. No, I thought I might have heard something in the background for a second.
What about this?
You're gonna find me dead!
No. Well, hey, shit happens, I guess.
Zip. Yep.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Shout out to Chris DeWitt for the subscription on YouTube. All right, so we're getting this thing started pretty slow, but that's okay. I don't care. I'm rolling into it here. I didn't get the morning madness up. What, Troy?
Nothing.
Oh. I'm rolling into it. I'm getting it going slowly.
Little by little. I was gonna say like a Rolling Stone. Gotta shake that moss off.
Yeah, it will come. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, and I try to keep the
like
show.
A snowball. That's the metaphor. Like a snowball, get bigger as it goes down the hill, get faster, and then we're just gonna fuck shit up by the time it gets down to the village.
Yeah, the snowball effect. Sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it's a bad thing. But in this case,
it's a porn thing.
It's gonna be a good thing. Yeah, it's like if you could blow yourself and then roll down a hill while blowing yourself, like that's pretty fucking amazing.
That's not what I meant, but anyway.
Oh,
carry on. You don't know snowballing?
No.
Well, you can imagine there's a reason where it's a metaphor to snow, what that refers to, and refers to a couple people maybe trading something back and forth.
So you're talking about doing cocaine?
No, cum swapping.
Oh.
You were close.
See, the first time I was picturing a guy rolling down a hill, sucking his own dick while snow accumulated around him. And then that was clearly completely off. And then you said
I
that.
don't know what porn you're watching, but it sounds like it might be actually Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
Yeah. We were watching
porn.
American Ninja Warrior the other day.
It doesn't have the feel. I like the OG Sasuke, like the actual original show.
Oh God, look at
those really the guys that like the fisherman, Makoto Nagano, Mr. Ninja Warrior himself.
Oh, you went wicked low when that happened.
He doesn't work out. He's just a fisherman every day, and has to be a fisherman, climb up around his boat, and be around. Those guys.
What a week this been for me, huh? Just got out of a military prison yesterday.
What?
Been locked up since Sunday. You'll do fucking nothing.
Oh my God, dude. All right, so Troy, the donation just came in and it made you go silent. I've never heard that before. The donation overrid you, and I couldn't hear you. And apparently you guys still can't hear sounds either. But I got to tell you, Awandi just
That's weird,
donated.
'cause I could hear him.
You heard the donation?
No, I could hear Troy that whole time. I didn't hear any donation come in.
Oh, that's so weird. I couldn't hear you guys. But I got to tell you, Awandi just said he just spent a week. He just said he got out of military prison yesterday. He's locked up since Sunday in military prison. What the hell
What the fuck did he do?
I don't know.
Or what didn't he do?
What did you do? Yeah, or what didn't you do? I don't know how Abu Dhabi works. You know what I mean? You gotta explain to me how Abu Dhabi works. I got a bunch of news here that we're gonna get to. There's a bunch of shit to talk about. But real quick, just
Probably
out
not
of
good.
yeah, and some of it's good. 832's on the phone. What's up, 832?
Hey, what's up, Joe? I just want to let y'all know, I already know that CM Punk's career is going to go nowhere after he loses his next fight. I'm sure everybody knows that.
Well, what's weird is that CM Punk said, I'm definitely not wrestling ever again. You know what I mean? So, but then now now he's about to fight here. What if he gets his head beat in? Well, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Just live off the money you have forever?
Well, hold on, his first opponent was a rookie, right?
Yeah, not really though, because
his next opponent, they have the same record. They're 0-1.
They're both 0-1. But this other guy probably shouldn't be fighting on a pay-per-view, and CM Punk definitely shouldn't be fighting on a pay-per-view. But I mean, he should be because of his name and what they're doing. They're selling the whole brand, and they need it. But
yeah, got to get the views. Exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, the first guy, what's his name? Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall's pretty goddamn good. And he was a young guy too. That was the other thing that was crazy. Mickey Gall is now 26 years of age now. You know what I mean? Mickey Gall fought CM Punk when he was 24 years old, I think. He's 6'2", The dude is that guy is legit. He's a legit UFC fighter. And I don't know what his record is now, but I think his record when he was coming in with Punk was something like 2-0 or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to look up his record.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Dana White say that if CM Punk loses his next fight, he's out of the UFC? Am I right or wrong?
This is probably it. I don't know if he said that, but this is his last shot. You know, I mean, this is his last thing. I would say that if CM Punk won this fight, I could see them booking him again, right? Because they could justify it, hey, this guy just won on a pay-per-view. They could justify being all right, let's put him on pay-per-view again to help sell the pay-per-view. But if CM Punk gets his head beat in and loses, like there is no value at all anymore. Like it's just not fair to anybody else. Like there's no justification.
It depends on the views. How many people pay to see it? I mean, that's going to be the most important things when it comes down to it is the money.
I think this will be
if
it,
the freak
though.
show draws crowds and keep them on.
They also waited, too, until they were in Chicago, his hometown. So it's CM Punk's hometown. It's Chicago. Mickey Gall, by the way, I guess he's got 5 fights, 4 wins. So he beat Ron Templeton, Mike Jackson. Isn't Mike Jackson the guy that... And that's not the guy Punk's fighting, is it? Who's the guy Punk's fighting? UFC?
I know his name, but I forgot his name. It's just a thing.
Mike Jackson. CM Punk is fighting the guy that Mickey Gall beat. Also. So Mickey Gall beat both of them. So yeah, Mickey Gall beat Ron Templeton, then Mike Jackson, then CM Punk, then Sage Northcutt, and then he lost to Randy Brown. So Mickey Gall is 4-1. You know, Mickey Gall is on the lower end of a good. You know, he's like the bottom of what a real pro is, I think. But rear naked choke. He beat everybody with a rear naked choke, and not Randy Brown though. Don't know what happened with Randy Brown, but the thing went to the 3rd round. It was the longest fight that Mickey Gall has ever had. Yeah, and I mean he beat CM Punk. They were 2 minutes and 14 seconds. And by the way, Mickey Gall beat Mike Jackson in 45 seconds. So Mickey Gall, it took 2 minutes and 14 seconds for Mickey Gall to beat CM Punk. But it took him only 45 seconds to beat Mike Jackson. So they're putting CM Punk in a fight with a guy who beat his opponent and him, and he actually took longer to beat CM Punk. So I'm
pretty sure I could choke out Michael Jackson in under 2 minutes.
Not this Mike Jackson.
Hard.
Not this Mike Jackson.
You could just go for the nose. You rip it off. He'd be shocked.
Mike Jackson's, I don't know, man.
But anyway, about that, if CM Punk ever returned to wrestling, I mean, he wouldn't last so long anyway because he's already in his late 30s, and so is almost everybody else on the roster. Like, you got Bobby Roode, John Cena, you got all those guys wrestling who are pretty much almost close to retirement about 3 years from now or so. Hell, even AJ Styles said that he wanted to retire around 42. I could be wrong there, but that's what I heard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still believe you. I mean, you would think the guy would come back at some point. I mean, but he's saying he's done with wrestling. He said, I am done with wrestling, which is weird.
I wonder how Seanzviews feels about that.
Well, that's what I wanted to... I wish I made a joke about it. I uploaded a video on Joe Cronin Show about it, and I wish I made a joke about it. Thank you, 832, for the call. Good call. Mike Jackson looks like a meatball. Like, he looks like an idiot. I don't know why. He just looks like a shithead. Like, CM Punk looks like a doofus, but so doesn't Mike Jackson. He makes the same stance, like, in all his things. Look at this. That's him on the right. I don't know if you can see, Troy, because you're on the phone, but...
Yeah.
Little guy. He looks kind of like Punk, like sickly. Like too small.
Yeah, he doesn't really look built. He's pretty lean. You don't really see much to him.
I mean, that's their weight class, too. They got to make that weight. You know, it's like guys that clearly should weigh another...
That's true. That is the weigh-in, yeah.
He looks like an idiot. So, I mean, CM Punk, if CM Punk could beat somebody, like, this is it. You know what I mean? If you can't beat this guy, you shouldn't be there. But then again, at the same time, if Mike Jackson can't beat CM Punk, what the hell's he doing there?
He looks like he took a gnarly right hook at some point in his career. His jaw is, like, shocked off to the right a little bit.
He looks like he was in 4th grade and a math equation fucked him up for life. You know what I mean?
Man, I just need to beat the shit out of people for a living. Fuck this. You're gonna need algebra. No, I fucking need 2 fists. 1 + 1 = pain. That's all I need.
They're like, oh man, yeah, there's gonna be 3. So this is pi divided, and then he's just like, no. His face just contorted, and he was like, I'm out of here. Fuck your class. I'm not a peasant like all you people.
You fucking peasant! Shithead!
That is a little true. You gotta think, when was the last time you really used algebra? Like, did we need a year in it? Like, 6 months you can figure out if you like it or not. That's enough for most people.
I mean, dude, listen.
Of every single subject.
I'm doing math on YouTube to figure out algorithms and analytics and what videos spike at times, and I'm doing my IRS stuff, my taxes. I'm doing money stuff. I'm adding and dividing things in video games that I need to do. And what I've come to figure out is, unless you're doing some kind of crazy advanced work somewhere, which I don't know what that would be, it just comes down to addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. And percentages.
Just the elementary school shit.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's all. I mean, seriously, because like I've had people come up to me and be like,
fractions.
Maybe
percentage is division. The percentage sign. Yeah. That's just the division sign. Look at it. It's a fraction. That's exactly what the percentage is.
That's
same
really
thing.
That's
all the same shit.
See, I don't even know what it is, but I know I use it, and I know that when people see what I do, sometimes they go, "Damn, like you're really smart," and I'm like, "What? I'm a fucking idiot." Like I had to retake the MCAS test in math. Like I barely got into every single score I got in math was like you're pretty much failing, but you made it. And sort of. It's like I didn't really make it. A D-. Like in math, I got a D-.
Well, Joe. Technically, you're not a failure, but woo!
Remember Tommy Boy when he sees his grade? He's like, a D. I got a D. I passed.
Holy shnikes!
You think that you just, if the trick is if you're in college or anywhere, and you get a D, you don't tell people you got a D. You just tell people you passed. Just be like, I can't believe I graduated. You don't say I got a D.
Fail. That's the thing.
Yeah, don't say, oh my God, I got a D. No, if you get a B or an A, like maybe like an A especially, like I got an A+. Like I not only passed, I got an A+. Like that, you can tell people about that, but don't tell people you got a D. Fuck is the point in that? What's up, everybody in the chat? How you guys doing? Joe failed upwards. That's true. That's what I did do. I'm good at communication. That's about it. And I even failed at what I was good at, because I ended up leaving the communication school. I ended up leaving my radio class. I ended up leaving my TV broadcasting courses. So it's like I even fucking failed at what I was good at. And I didn't fail. I mean, I left, I quit, so to speak. And I still made it here in a way. More listeners than although I'm still convinced that if I was able to get on the radio, that I would drive ratings, because the market is horrible. Like a lot of people turn on the radio for like a few seconds and they listen, and then they just go they either don't want to listen to what they're listening to, or they just don't care, or they listen to it and it's okay, but like, you know what I mean? If you could really get on the radio with a talk show or with a show and like really make people laugh or want to tune in, that's huge. And you do so much better. Nobody's doing that. I feel like all the shows are terrible. The number one thing I hear from people about radio nowadays is, I don't even listen to music anymore. I just listen to sports talk. Everybody listens to sports talk now. It's like the number one thing everywhere. Even in Boston, our number one, I think the number one station is still 98.5. I don't know if that's true, but pretty sure that it's one of the highest rated stations, if not the number one in Boston.
Yeah, I believe it.
And the reason why is because it's the only thing that's entertaining, because it's entertaining by default. Because you're invested in all these games, you're invested in these teams, and then to hear people get angry or happy or give takes on it or do interviews, it's like interesting. But anybody else who's doing the old DJ, spin some music and then do a goofy bit in between, for the most part, like that's just so boring. Like nobody does it really.
I think a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of it's like, it has to do with your focus too, because when you're listening to the sports talk, it's all your local sports talk. We're in Boston, we're talking Patriots, we're talking Bruins, we're talking Celtics, talking Red Sox. And each show, no matter what it is, they're all talking about the same thing. Problem with more of the radio stations is you don't know what's going to come on. I mean, what are the odds that it's going to be every bands you love, every single song. No, it's gonna be tons of shit. And you're gonna be jumping around between all the stations.
Yeah.
Sports talk you can just listen to long format.
And that's the thing. I think people like searching around on the radio, and then if they came across a show that was like fucked up, you know what I mean, like a classic type of talk show that's whatever, like they would be. I mean, there are talk shows, but the only thing there's still like the boring, like really boring talk shows. You know, the guy who's like, yesterday, Amanda said that Amanda Connor said that they would take the Senate would disavow this guy if they. It's like, and you're like, I can't listen to this, but
60 degrees, partly cloudy.
Yeah.
Showers moving in late in the evening.
And so we're back with This Is the Rain, 93.7 The Rain, like nobody.
Soft rock.
Like that stuff. But if you're on there doing some like fucking, even Toucher and Rich, right? Toucher and Rich, like they got neutered because they have to talk about sports. So even though they were,
he's got a tuka in his pants.
Yeah, from the shock jock era, they're not anymore because 70% of what they talk about, 80% is sports again. Their show was neutered. They had creativity where they were able to create their own show and do all these gags and things for like 3 hours, which is what people like. And now it's like they do that for the first half an hour, and then they immediately almost go right into sports talk because that's the show. So it's like,
yeah, because the uppers are afraid they're gonna piss off the wrong loudmouth bitch that's gonna complain and post on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, and it's like there's no chance for anybody out there. So the only way to get ratings now on the radio would be to get on the radio on a station that like had nothing to lose. A station that was like, we are gonna die. You know what I mean? And you have to save that station, and they have no, like, go ahead, do whatever you can do that's within the.
So UHF.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, not UA, not that bad, right? Like not that bad. But like, somewhere on the verge of like I can still listen to Pharrell. Like I like Pharrell. Like Pharrell's interesting. It's really hard to be that interesting and be on the radio by yourself and not be, and you can't do all these terrible things that the FCC and you'll get taken down and do what he does. So like, I really like Pharrell. I think he's really good at night. I'm interested. I mean, his voice is weird, number one. And then like what he talks sports too. So it always feels like sports needs to be in there as a crutch. It's like the WWE with their money coming from Saudi Arabia. It's like there always needs to be a crutch in there, and that's always sports. Because otherwise, you start talking about naughty things. Even Jam in 98 or 94.5, like, what are they? They still do the Jam scam? People are fucking idiots. They're fake. They're fake, you idiots. Like, oh, hey, Marcy, we towed your car. That was my mother's antique car. Oh, well, but somebody had put in for the demolition of it. We paid them the money, and we took the car, and we were just going to send you this. We just need the address to send the certificate to. Like, that's my grandmother's antique car. Wait a minute, what are you saying? No, we already towed it. We brought it to the metal facility. I mean, I thought, it was signed off on, it's a big fake call. And people are like, oh my God, that was so funny. Like, there's still people that were on Facebook years ago that would be like, did you hear the Jam scam today? And I'm like, the Jam scam, come on. You guys not know this?
Now the Jam scam is every day on Facebook and fucking shit. Oh, win this, win that. Fucking, that's the thing. Everyone's getting scammed. That's the new thing. Fucking actually scamming people. People falling for stupid shit. People posting fake videos.
Yeah. I feel like I really made Bailey angry earlier. I feel so bad. I hope he's not mad.
You Jam scammed him?
But he wasn't in on the deal, Like, I do that to people a lot.
It was the OG Jam scam. It was legit.
I do this to a lot of people, though. Like, I Dan scam people. 513, what's up?
You're on Dan scam.
Okay.
Hey, 513, you're live. What's up? What was that?
It's about CM Punk.
Oh, yeah. What's up about CM Punk? What do you want to talk about him?
Man. Is he going? You think he's going to go back to WWE?
Well, he said in an interview earlier today that he will not go back to wrestling. Like, he actually said those words. I'm not going back to wrestling. No, and he said nobody's asked him to come back. Like, not TNA, not WWE, not anybody. It was really weird.
What is his match?
Well, he's got a fight on Saturday night on the UFC. So UFC 225 is in Chicago this Saturday night. So he's going to fight this Saturday night. Thank you for the call, man. Thank you for the call, bro. I think that might be a new listener.
I think that might be a new human.
Can you hear this?
Why do I have to be fucking sick?
You still can't hear the audio? Damn it, I wanted to play the CM Punk audio, but if you can't hear it...
Shucks.
Well, let me try one thing real quick because I got a donation. Let's play it and I'll mute you guys. I'll be right back with you guys in a second. Well, Leah's here too.
Shit bum.
Sup, Joe Troy Leah.
Sup?
Tigers beat Red 6 yay grin also. I think Punk will beat Michael Jackson blonde person medium skin tone male sign.
What the hell? I think that CM Punk will beat Michael Jackson. All right, Bry Guy. It is Mike Jackson. Yeah, that's too bad for him with that name, huh? I mean, it's such a common name, though. So many people are probably called Mike Jackson. As long as you don't say Michael, it's okay, right? It's like Kenny Rogers. You know, you can say Ken Rogers. You're gonna have to be Ken Rogers. I'm sorry, because the Goon.
Hey, Joe and friends. I know you were watching UFC 225, but what about UFC 226? That is also a stacked card with good guy Cormier moving up to heavyweight against Stipe and Holloway.
Yeah.
Versus Ortega are huge. I'm watching UFC 225 at local Chunkies.
Local Chunkies.
Same with WWE.
You say Chunkies or Chuckies?
Chunky's is a cinema pub chain. Those are really nice. They have them down south, I think. Hey, I can hear it. I think it just takes a certain number of them.
CM Punk, you piece of crap ethicist bastard. You gonna get co-ed or tapped in 30 seconds.
Oh, man.
Again, and you're gonna have to put up with your wife being the breadwinner.
Oh, my God.
AJ Lee, I'm waiting for that hot-ass Rican rice beans, baby.
That hot-ass Rican rice beans, baby. Hey,
oh, my God, don't even get me started on ethicists. I fucking hate ethicists.
Ugh.
Fucking ruin our goddamn country. Rise of ethicism everywhere. It all comes from the goddamn Europe.
Well, yeah, that's where it all gets poisoned over there, then comes here. That's what's been going on recently with everything. Thank you, Serious Stroke Games and everybody else. The Goon as well. Okay, so here's the deal. Bailey's going to go to jail tonight. Yeah. Alexa, what's the score of the Capitals game?
At the moment, the Capitals are leading the Golden Knights 4-3.
Oh, my God. The fucking Capitals are leading right now, dude. You're going to find Bailey dead. Dude, I already made Bailey angry, too. Like, I swear to God that he said on Monetize This that Grumpy Nerd was an asshole. Like, I swear to God he was angry at Grumpy Nerd, called him an asshole, and then he puts he plugged his podcast today. And it's just like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know.
Building a network.
He's building his network, yeah, that no one watches.
There's 5 minutes left in this game.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. One of the last things I yelled to him on Facebook was, I hope they lose. I didn't mean it, though. I was just trying to piss him off.
You're going to find him dead.
Well, take that, Bailey. That's what you get. You fuck. Anyway, Kathleen Kennedy may be leaving Star Wars. Let's get to the first point. We got CM Punk. We'll talk some more about CM Punk in a second. And we'll take your phone calls on CM Punk in a second. But real quick, got to get into this Kathleen Kennedy stuff. Looks like Kathleen Kennedy's going to be leaving. But they're going to do the whole, you know, like she's moving on to something else, or, you know, that type of deal. Because they just love her too much. And by the way, if you look at her film history, like, she's amazing if you look at her film history. Like, and by the way, she's from Berkeley, California, which is where all the psychopaths are from, but there she is. If anybody else is from Berkeley, California that's a normal human, please let me know. I mean, anybody that's listening. Are you from Berkeley? Isn't Berkeley the place where they wouldn't let the white kids in the college? Pretty sure Berkeley's the place where they wouldn't let the white kids in the college.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, there's psychos over there. I'm sorry, you're psychos, guys. If you're in California and you're near Berkeley's a fucking kookville. Fucking psycho.
Let's not forget, it was Boston where the people put their arms in concrete, fucking 55-gallon concrete barrels and stood on the highway. Well, so, there's crazy people everywhere.
College culture. It's a liberal college culture. Can we call it that?
Well, I mean, we are too.
Well, that's what I mean. Boston, liberal college culture, and California, liberal college culture. Something is up with those people right now. It's even goes on at what was it? USC's a really bad one too, right? Isn't that the place where Ben Shapiro went to college and then he went to go back to give a lecture or something, and they tried to kill him or something? It's just crazy. Something about the extreme left colleges, people are crazy.
Is USC left? Isn't that South Carolina?
Maybe it's not UFC. It's USNC or I don't know. I didn't even go to even pass high school. I don't know anything about colleges.
AM, PM, AMC.
You know what though? I was thinking about colleges and the history of colleges. It made me think about it the other day because I was watching Howard Stern Private Parts. It came up as It's been a while. I watch it once every couple of years usually.
I know.
And, they were trying to come in from the cold when it was raining out, and they came in the dorm, and Howard's like, oh, we were just at a rally for feminism. And it triggered me to think, back to when I was in college, too. And even when I was in college at the place I was at, which wasn't very political, everybody still was. It's just a thing, I feel like, in college where you just become, outraged at the world, at the way the structure is, and that you're held down, and you're, the little people, and...
Yeah, you get out of high school and you realize, holy shit, fuck this. Real life sucks.
It's almost like you get angry about it, and you get ultra empathetic or something too. It's weird. But that's always gone on in college. It just feels way worse now. It feels like people are insane now. I'm trying
because the world is worse. It's fucking worse than it was. It's getting worse and everything sucks.
What's the right wing version of this? You know what I mean? What? Because in college,
killing people.
The military,
shooting people,
the military,
school shootings.
No, that's not true because those are usually left wing people. But
in some cases,
yeah, I think most, but they don't even know.
Guys. That's one thing.
Oh, really? That Cruz guy wasn't
shootings?
white, really, was he? Wasn't Cruz a mix?
Well, you're naming one guy. Statistics are unbelievably crazy. It's mostly.
Well, I agree. I've always said that. It's always a white guy that goes nuts. I've always said that. I think it's to make up for all the black people that kill themselves in Chicago. You know what I mean?
No, you're talking about a yin yang of.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. There's so much gun violence.
Races equally dying.
Yeah, there's so much gun violence of black people in Chicago and all over the country. That because no, seriously, look it up. Gun violence among
some sort of fucked up version of the Force.
Yeah, it's
balance things out.
I swear to God, if you go look up the statistics, probably 30 black guys died last week. I guarantee you this: 30 black guys probably died last week due to gun violence of black guys. So not the cops, not anybody else. Black on black shootings. I guarantee it. And how many white people died of shootings? Probably 4. You know what I mean?
Well, how many white people are hanging out in ghettos and
that's
have
right.
to join gangs and sell drugs
but
to survive on the
so
street?
this is
how many
nature.
White ghettos are there in America?
But that's why this is nature's way to offset it. So now.
Well, there's nothing natural about the fucking cities and fucking shit like that. That's not nature.
Well, so then the white guy's well, I've got to fucking catch up. We've got to catch up here. So they go into a mall or something and just fucking. You know what I mean? It was
just too many damn people. We need Thanos.
We need Thanos. We need an alternate. We need to find. They found that shit on Mars today, so they need to find some more shit on Mars so we can get the hell out of here. But yeah, it's look at the country statistics. It's all right, 60 African American deaths, 5 Caucasians have died. So then some white guy goes nuts and catches them up real quickly. 30 fucking white people dead. Because Jim Bumpkin. But that Pulse nightclub guy was not white.
But he hated gays.
Though, yeah. And then there was the white kid that shot up the church, but then there was the black guy that shot up the white church. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but just because you can think of 6 people and half of them are white and half of them aren't, we're not talking about giant statistics.
Also,
So,
also in a country that's like, what is the country? Still like 60% white? Total?
I honestly don't know. I
think it's...
You could tell me it was anywhere from that to 80. I fucking wouldn't know. I grew up in I think we had 2 black kids and maybe like 7 Asians in my high school.
Yeah. Well, I'm in an area where it's weird. Like, my area is like there's so many mixes of everybody here.
There's a little more urban, yeah.
That's even more than was in my school. There was literally 1 black family in my town. 1.
Oh, when you moved way out to where?
Oh, out in Millis.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
See, I wish
the further you get out from the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want the token. They need to have the token white guy now because they don't have white guys in anything anymore unless they're the bad guys.
Well, it was Howard Stern. You're talking about private parts. That whole scene he goes to whatever. It was at Jackson High or something.
I just listened to Howard Stern talk about that too, and he's like, basically like the white people would move out in the middle of the night. Like it was like a thing to actually do that.
Just get out. Yeah.
No, seriously, like because to like for the property value to be up and everything, they had to sneak out and not tell the other white families that a black family was moving in. And before you knew it, like Howard Stern said, by high school, his whole neighborhood of the Roosevelt or whatever was black. Because the white people kept moving out and kept selling to black families, and they all started moving in. And his parents were like, we're not moving. We're not going to move just because black people are moving in. We'll live with black people. Who cares? So they stayed there. And so he got his ass kicked in school,
Because they're Jewish. They also hate white people.
Yeah, fucking white Jew. And they beat the shit out of him. So it's just so funny. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what happens, dude. Like, that's why when people like, oh, if you get a whole high school of, white people and 1 black guy, that guy's going to run into some criticism somewhere with some people. I'm sure.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what else. We didn't have a very good football team.
Oh, you didn't at your school?
No.
Oh, because they're all white, yeah. Fuck that. You'd have a good hockey team, though, maybe. Maybe soccer.
You know what's funny? I don't even think there wasn't an official hockey team until even like my junior year. It was weird. That was not as popular.
Wow.
I mean, once you get played it, they had like club hockey, and they ended up competing as a club for a couple of years before I think the school officially endorsed it. Same thing with lacrosse. That wasn't quite a thing yet.
Leah, I will blow you if you turn on the hockey game on the TV and turn the TV to me so I can see it. Because
by the time I get it on, it's going to be over.
People are saying that the people are saying that there's crazy shit going on right now.
All right. I don't. What channel is it? Do you know?
Oh, Chris, do it. Chris, I'll add you to Skype in a minute, buddy.
NBC, I think.
Yeah, NBC. Probably like 806, 810, one of those. Let me add Chris.
7, right? NBC 7.
Maybe. Oh no, that's the regular NBC channel. Is it on regular NBC? WNBC. It's like 806 or 810.
NBC.
Chris, you got to add me on Skype, bro. Or maybe I got to accept you. Yeah, I got to accept you. Call in a few minutes.
Oh my god, it is so fucking annoying wearing headphones with like sideburns and long hair. Like I just can't get the shit to like seal comfortably. There we go.
So Kathleen Kennedy. So okay, we got 28 seconds left in this hockey game. I don't know what they're reviewing because I missed it. But yeah, it looks like they're going. It looks like they're trying to get the scoreboard right. It looks like they're trying to get the time right. There's
somebody said it froze or something.
The scoreboard froze. Can you imagine if the Knights tie it right here? This would be terrible for Capitals. They win on away ice in Vegas. They would want, come on, win at home, Capitals. But no, this is crazy, man. It seemed like nobody was going to stop the Knights. Like nobody could stop the Knights. Nobody was going to stop the Knights. And
the most Cinderella of Cinderella tales, fucking first season.
Yeah, and then you just end up losing and finally giving the
crazy.
Finally giving the cup to Ovechkin. The Goon says FIFA World Cup next week. Colombia, let's go. He's a Colombia guy.
Is World Cup every year? No.
No.
What is that, every 4 years? Like the Olympics? How's that shit work?
I don't remember if it's every 2 years or every 4 years, but I think it's every 4 years.
And then they got so many of the other things, like they got the UEFA
penalty.
And all that weird shit. Go Revs.
They got to get that puck out of the corner. Wow, dude, there's 17 seconds left. I'm glued to this right now. Get it on net, bro.
That's you just
That's gotta be a
second
penalty.
by second. You just feel like the despair building. You're like, nah, if it just one more goal. Oh, just a second. Just throw it at net. Just,
Unbelievable. Oh, there's a lot of Caps fans there. They're gonna get a face-off at least. But I can't believe it, man. The Caps are gonna win the cup. You know what, though? I gotta tell you something. Nothing makes you a fan of hockey more than defeat. Can I explain that to you? I hadn't watched Red Sox baseball in 3 years, and I decided to start watching in 2003. That was the year when, at the end of the year, they had that crushing loss to the Yankees in Game 7 with the Aaron Boone Wakefield home run, and it was crushing, and I was furious, and it just made me want to watch more. The Bruins losing all the years they lost, the Celtics losing for a while. Like, bizarrely, losing builds character. And especially after a Cinderella-like season that the Knights had, man, Ovechkin looks like a fucking direwolf. Like, Ovechkin's, like, his hair is gray, his face. Crazy, man. He finally got a cup. Ovechkin finally got a cup. Bailey is, there's a puddle of blood laying on the floor somewhere with a razor blade. Somewhere in Indiana right now. Man. Crazy stuff, man. Hey, even though Vegas didn't win, who would think the Cup would finish in Vegas? Still, who would think that the Stanley Cup would be awarded to the winning team in Vegas?
Las Vegas.
Yeah, wow,
That's still pretty weird.
You never would have thought that. Anyway, we're gonna talk CM Punk. CM Punk said today he's done with wrestling. He's all done with wrestling, and Kathleen Kennedy could be done with Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm, rumored to be stepping down after the flop that is Solo. Solo, just a absolute flop. They clearly have lost way more money than they're letting on. I mean, we know $85 million or whatever it's supposedly, and they spent $245 million on it.
Yeah, they practically made 2 movies. They shot like over 1.5 worth of fucking film and shit.
Yeah, the reshooting
Ron
too.
Howard pretty much shot almost the whole movie. They fucking redid everything.
Yeah, I mean, even if they didn't redo everything, you're probably talking about $150 million or $120 million, and they made $85 million. So marketing, they lost a lot anyway. But yeah, when you're talking about having to reshoot all over again, that's fucked too. All on this small, stupid movie that really nobody wanted.
Yeah, they should have just never done it in the first place.
They could have spent way less money on a Boba Fett movie, and it would have been better. And then we find out that Boba Fett really blows guys to make money on the side.
See, I feel like I'm the only person that feels like it's opposite. Anybody that wanted the Han Solo movie wanted to see more of them, and people that are against the Boba Fett movies like, oh, there's nothing to them. But I feel it's the opposite. Like, I don't want to know more about Han Solo because the Han in the original trilogy is like the most important part of his life. Like, that's the most defining part of Han. Like, Boba Fett, like the most defining parts in the Legends, the previously canonical stuff, is after the Star. Like, he's got some great bounty hunter stories before it, tons of great stuff there, and then he becomes more of a anti-hero or even hero from Mandalore in the Legends after. There's so much more you could do with a Boba Fett movie than having to be constrained by making Han still kind of Han, and you can't do this versus that. There's way more you could do to make a Boba Fett movie way more interesting. So many different ways you could go with it. Yeah,
it's exactly right, and it's like that's a lot of people. I think a lot of people get that, but there's just some people that don't. But I think a lot of people get that it's like, yeah, what are you gonna say about Han Solo that's just not gonna mess it up for me? You have to be really careful. And with Boba Fett, you can pretty much do anything, and it won't really hurt anything. It will add to it and make it better. But Han, all you have to do is go downward, especially with the whole.
You can't ruin the character of Boba Fett. The other day, I watched all of his scenes. If you watch, he has like 6 minutes of screen time in the entire trilogy. Like, you can't ruin his character. Do whatever the fuck you want with it.
And I think that they really fucked up too, because I know that they only slipped in some things that are kind of weird, but this is how bad Star Wars is now, that they They ruined it for people. Like, dude, I used to sit here and argue with Tommy, my former co-host. I used to sit here with Tommy C, my former co-host, and I used to argue about movies because he used to tell me that he really doesn't watch too many of them because all the agendas in them. And this was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago even. And I used to say, like, what are you talking about? Like, there's no agendas. He's like, you don't think there's an agenda in these movies? And he goes, this movie's about this, and then he talks about like it's all like hidden messages in the movie, and I'm like, oh, okay, like I get what you're saying. I was like, but see, I don't even get those messages. Like, to me, I'm just watching a movie, and sure, that might be that message, but it's not like in my face enough that it doesn't bother me. So I used to tell him that, like, I thought he was kind of, over. I was like, I think you're ruining movies for yourself. Just you're looking into it too much. Like, even if that is the goal.
And now you've become what you hate.
But no, now it's actually in there. Like, obviously, now it's not. Before I used to have to look. I feel like he was looking for it, but now I don't feel like
they're not as good as massaging it into the story and having shit go on in the background and more overarching themes. They just do heavy-handed, free the animals. This was worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's kind of like what the hell?
It's not as good. It's never going to be as good.
It's too much, and so now people don't want to see it. It's the same thing as the NFL right now. It's the same sort of thing with the arguments about the kneeing and the not kneeing down and kneeling down. I think all the players should just jerk off on the sidelines. Like, just start whacking off.
Yeah, exactly. Just try to enjoy it. If like what you like, hate what you hate, just try to enjoy what you got, I guess.
But, that's what's going on in these movies. People didn't see Solo because of what's been going on.
I think there's one of the most important things we need to remember is that Star Wars has been being ruined since fucking George Lucas did the special editions, since the original trilogy got re-released. Remember how horrible that was? Fucking touching everything up, Greedo shooting first. Let's not remember how much Star Wars kind of got fucked up back then.
Well, that's the thing.
They fucked up the original trilogy. They fucked up everything in loves. Come on. George Lucas really fucked up Star Wars to begin with.
The fact that I have to listen to Darth Vader now on those Blu-rays go no at the end of the the whole thing is normal, and I'm sitting through it and I'm enjoying it, and then all of a sudden at the end, the very end, episode 6, I like forget about it, and then I hear fucking no, I just start laughing, and I'm like, man, this used to be an epic moment, an ending that was awesome. And now it takes me right out of it. Everybody send ha 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 to Bailey on Twitter. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully Bailey's okay. The Knights have lost, and the Capitals win. Man, I'll tell you what, a lot of Capitals fans made their way out to Vegas tonight. Big chunks of that crowd. Like chunks of Ovechkin's teeth that are missing right there. But what do you think about Kathleen Kennedy stepping down? I mean, it's probably a move to, make people feel like they did something, like get rid of her. But
to be honest, I don't know too much about her. I'm not one that
she's a feminist.
Cares that much behind the scenes about like the making of it, and I guess who's in it. To me, I'm always been more about the end product. I like plots and the characters and maybe the actors who are in it. I'm more about just enjoying the end product than super analyzing everything behind it and box office numbers and shit.
I used to be until I found out about all these agendas, and then it's like, okay, because you realize what they do. They put Kathleen Kennedy there. Oh, the Force is female and everything, which is stupid as shit. And then, then J.J. Abrams comes out and says, I was at the Emmys or whatever, the Academy Awards, and there's just a whole lot of white people there, and I realized something was really wrong, and I have a chance to do something a little different. So that's why J.J. Abrams cast a female in the main role. They cast a black guy. They were trying not to cast white people. Even the guy, what's his name, Poe Dameron, he's like Italian or some other thing. He's not white. So they were really trying to cast a diverse group of people, and then the message is kind of like,
maybe they overcompensated for some people out there.
Well, that's what it is. That's my issue. That's why I said we need the token white guy. Because we got
Woody Harrelson, one of the best white guys there is.
Is he a good guy in the movie?
He's an anti-hero.
Okay, if he's a good guy, then
he's with Han, Han most of the time. Han kind of joins his crew.
Huh. Well, if he's a good guy, then that's okay.
morally, he's not a good guy. He's stealing a bunch of shit and blowing shit up. But
yeah.
He's with Han.
The cool bad guy. The cool good bad guy. The anti-hero cool guy. That's not bad.
Like, it's like in the beginning of Indiana Jones 3 when River Phoenix, the other guy that's pretty much Indiana Jones, and Indians hopping his style because he gives him the hat and shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that. Han probably kind of takes after Beckett.
Oh, God, Gary Bettman's talking now. I bet she's getting booed. Right? And I want to tell all the NHL fans that I'm a cocksucker.
Roger Goodell and Gary Bettman should just change jobs. I mean, it can't get any worse, right? Let's just see what happens. Just switch it up.
Just flip-flop it.
Where it goes.
Yeah, because then the NFL fans will say, "Who's this?" And the NHL fans will say, "Who's this?" I don't know.
See how they work in each other's programs. Roger Goodell won't have to worry about black people protesting en masse, so he'll have it a little easier.
Well,
Gary Bettman can work with the owners more, get more money grubbing. It might work out for both sides.
I want to look at Star Wars: The Last Jedi is so bad on Rotten Tomatoes. Not that Rotten Tomatoes is the end all, because it's kind of it's rigged, most of it, by the Hollywood people, but the funny thing is, it's just so bad on there. It's so funny. It's so hilariously bad on there.
Which score are you talking about?
The Last Jedi score for the.
But which one? There's 4 different scores on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, okay. So, so the one that's really important, right? You would agree, right? Okay, what's more important? The 3,000 critics, remember, probably professional critics, newspapers and California people and all those sort of professional critics. 3,000 of them, or the audience?
I would weight more towards the critics, but I think you got to take the fan account too. A lot of it depends on the movie. Like comedies, the audience score tends to be more reliable because critics don't especially comedies I like the stupider shit like Anchorman and all the Broken Lizard stuff. That's better for trust audience scores. Dramas and fancy hoity-toity shit, you probably want to lean more towards listening to the critics. Most importantly, find critics you like.
Well, here's the thing about that.
Holy shit, that is a big difference between the tomato meter and the audience score, yeah.
Yeah, so now, by the way, what the critics are saying, what the critics say are, it's all trolls or something like that. But it's not.
Good amount.
It's not, though, because there's a difference in the movies. There's a clear difference. And, people will grade things bad if they don't like it. Look at the original movies. The Star Wars Attack of the Clones, right?
Oh, God.
56% audience score. 56%. That's been on Rotten Tomatoes that way. Was that all trolls? But Star Wars.
No, that's a horrible movie. That's the point. The Last Jedi needs trolls to drive the score down that far. Attack of the Clones don't.
Yeah, but
everyone just agrees that's shit.
But no, everyone agrees that they're both shit because 46% voted. It's 46% for Last Jedi. 46% audience score.
It's actually got a 7.3 on IMDb, which is
that probably
pure audience score as well.
That sounds probably more honest, around 6 or 7. But
yeah,
the Hollywood people, the critics, are giving it 91%.
Well, that's not what they're giving it. That means 91% of critics give it a thumbs up versus a thumbs down.
Okay.
Either just a yes, a fresh, or a rotten, which I think it actually is.
Okay, I'm looking at it now.
60%.
Here's the rating. Okay, I'm looking at it now. Average rating, 2.9 out of 5 from the fans. 2.9 out of 5 from the fans. The critics gave
60%.
it. The critics gave it. I don't know why the scales are different, but the critics gave it an 8.1 out of 10. So critics 8 out of 10, fans were almost a 3 out of 5, which I think would convert to 70, a 7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10. Yeah. So a 6.5 out of 10 versus a 8 out of 10. But there's clearly a discrepancy. The critics were a lot nicer to it than the fans. 195,000 votes from the fans. How many did Attack of the Clones get votes, I wonder?
Way less.
Probably 40,000. Yeah. Probably 40,000. It was a 2002 movie too. I mean.
Like 10%.
Now, yeah, but I mean, yeah, Star Wars, man, it's just become a mess, and it doesn't help that they're doing a million movies. You know what I mean? Like either. I mean, I know that's like been an excuse.
I'm sure that's a big contributor to why Solo box office sucked, because there's so much other shit going out, and that Last Jedi just came out, and again, the controversy about how many people like that or hate that. Yeah, not a good time. Not the best time.
I wonder what Episode 9 is going to do in Star Wars. I wonder what it like. I really wonder, because I don't know how they're going to recover from this.
I can tell you this much: it's going to disappoint a lot of people. It's going to make a lot of people happy.
Yeah, I guess so. If that's the case, I don't know. See, but like Force Awakens, I thought was a lot better. I feel like 70% of people liked it. Like I feel like it was, some people said, "Oh, I wasn't happy that it was just like a, it was
cookie cutter."
Yeah, it was like A New Hope and everything. But like I got it. It was like a reintroduction thing. So like I was okay with it, and I thought that the main character was a little strong and stuff. But I got it. But then this one was just so weird, dude. I have never been so happy and angry at the same time in a movie. Like, it was the weirdest thing ever. But anyway, let's move on from that. Kathleen Kennedy, she's leaving. But it looks like she's leaving gracefully. You know what I mean? They're not like, "You're fired." They're like, "Oh, she's moved on to other things for a while, and now we're bringing in this person."
Well, at least that's what the press release should put out. Who really knows what happened?
Yeah, that's just according to like Daily Express and geek websites.
Could turn out it's all a mistake and she's not leaving at all. That's happened before with other things too. Who the fuck knows?
Kathleen Kennedy, dude, she did so much shit. If you go look it up, it's like insane. Like Indiana Jones, like.
Yeah, she's married to Frank Marshall, and they both worked really close with Spielberg throughout the fucking 80s and shit. Yeah,
that's basically it. If you look at, like, even though she sucks now, I think Kathleen Kennedy sucks now. But, I mean, Jurassic Park, E.T., The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, like, just get your hands on a little bit of everything.
Dude,
lots of pies.
Hook, Twister, AI, like, Alive, Congo.
Twister, that movie was huge.
It really was like a weird hit in a way.
It was like an event, yeah. Fucking, they played it on TV all the time. It's a fun movie. Fucking Bill
because
Paxton,
it came out.
Helen Hunt and shit.
It was when the disaster movies were like on the rise, and it was like one of the cheesiest ones.
Out. He's one of the first good ones. Well, the revival anyway. Not throwing back to like Poseidon Adventure and fucking Towering Inferno and shit.
How cheesy was it though? It was so cheesy. Like she was like a Twister took her family when she was younger, so she's got this thing with the with
I just remember the end, like, the Twister's coming. Hold on, let me tie my belt to this little tiny metal pole. We'll be fine. As the Twister rips away the barn around us.
They got these little things that look like neutrons going up into the thing.
Yeah, what did they call that? They had the name for the things or the big fucking thing. What was it?
I don't remember.
Or something fucking weird.
Then Bill Paxton had that like that girl that was there, but then he's like wants to do Helen Hunt instead. Just a weird movie.
Annoying. I'm a fancy news lady. I don't know science. Yeah, that lady.
It is really cheesy, but whatever. It's all good. We got donations?
ShiBUM.
I suck at my job. My antlers keep getting in the way and Joe wants to fuck me all the time.
Oh. Metacore Dear Housekeeper. Thank you, Metacore Dear Housekeeper. Shut up and get in the corner and do what you're told or I'll shoot you.
Have you ever seen like the old school disaster movies, like the original Poseidon Adventure with Ernest Borgnine and Gene Hackman?
Oh god,
shit like that.
Like the
Towering
old
Inferno, which I think is Steve McQueen.
Yeah, like the early '80s.
I think 70s actually.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of them, like Earthquake and shit. But Poseidon Adventure is really good, but I've seen that a couple of times. That's worth checking out. Great 70s as a stuff, giant practical effects and stuff.
Yeah, those are good.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife.
Oh, this is terrible.
$9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9.
Get the $9.
Suck my dick.
Suck it.
JB left monetize this to protect his brand that nobody likes.
Oh my god. Oh my God, Trey, thank you for the $9 donation, man. JB's slicing his wrist right now.
Did you hear about jacked up white boy Julian Edelman? Busted for PEDs.
Julian Edelman, yeah, he's probably doing them for to recover that knee or whatever, right? I mean, doesn't everybody do steroids to recover from knee injuries now?
That's the argument. That was the argument on the radio actually the other morning. Was that
I mean, it's
Everyone
does
they say
them.
that like for if you're like healing and rehab, whatever stuff like that, you should be able to do them. But then the
Yeah.
argument is that everybody will then come up with an excuse as to why they need them. Yeah.
Well, a major injury.
FIFA World Cup 2018 next week. Colombia, let's go.
Hey, the Goon, thanks for the $2, Goon. Yeah, you ready for the FIFA next week? And thanks to who was the guy who donated that Julian Edelman thing? That was Bry guy. Oh no, that was. Oh man, we're behind so far. That was who was it? Joe Brashear?
Is it my job to watch donations again?
Yeah, Joe
Is it my
Brashear.
turn?
No, I got it. Joe Brashear. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, see, the thing is, like, almost all, I thought it was legal because I thought all the players are always doing them when they're on a major injury because they're not going to be, tested or whatever. So I thought that all players usually do steroids now when they're on a major injury. Like, if you're trying to heal an ACL or a tear, you know what I mean? Something MCL, ACL, things like that, broken foot, broken legs, like all that shit.
Yeah, that kind of steroids like that, that's not a fucking bad thing. It's when you get the crazy ones and try to get jacked up and juiced. Like,
yeah.
Fucking normal people take steroids to recover after surgeries to help rebuild some mass and shit.
Now, during the season, even if you're a little banged up, during the season, if you're taking steroids, I mean, that's different. That's, I don't think...
enhance it, yeah.
Yeah, that ain't right unless it's been approved for everybody. But, you know, when you're healing from an injury, it's these guys heal. You can go look up the stats. These players nowadays heal like at least 2 to 3 months, sometimes faster. Like back in the day, you get one of these injuries. Like right now, Julian Edelman probably shouldn't be ready to go yet. You know what I mean? And now he's ready to go. And a lot of that is, we knew it. Like I said it, I thought it in my head. I was like, oh, well, yeah, he definitely took, probably took some steroids and probably healed up really good and everything with the way things are going. I even factored it in when we found out he was hurt last year. It was like, okay, well, he'll be ready for next season because of, the way everything has been sped up in the processes. But, years ago, it would have been iffy. It would have been, he probably would have made it, but it's at least...
And nowadays, they got the shit down to a timetable. They're like, oh, you did that? Yeah, we'll have you back up in fucking 2 months. Broken leg, smoking leg.
Yeah. 8 months, I think. You know what I mean? Like it was at the beginning of the season, so you're like, all right, well, it's going to take him 8 months to heal. When before, it would probably take you a full year, if not a little more than a year. And, at some point, we'll have it down to 6 months. Because the body will heal. They'll focus stuff, injections and steroid injections to those areas. And they can get you going and get that stuff moved up and fixed. It's pretty crazy. Well, anyway, I'll get back to the donations in 1 second. Thank you, man. Good donation, Joe. And yeah, thank you for reminding me of that. I was looking at it earlier, but I kind of just rubbed it off. I brushed it off. I didn't rub it off, but I brushed it off. I was like, yeah, Julie, yeah, he's probably on steroids, of course.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do when it's a guy on your team? Yeah.
Hey, Chris, what's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up? Yo, I think most of the radio stations should just scrap everything and just start over from scratch, with the exception of 2 radio stations.
Yeah, they should start over, except for 2. Is this Keith?
What does that mean? What do they do?
Is this Keith Rabarber?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God! Why are you using a photo of a dude with muscles and shit as your picture?
Because I created a new character for YouTube.
Man, you're a psycho. You're a psycho, Keith. You know that?
No, I'm not a psycho.
Okay. Keith, how many people have you murdered in your life?
None.
How many people do you think about murdering?
0. I don't
Okay.
like murder.
All right. But yeah, so what were you going to say? So there's only 2 radio stations left. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
Yeah, 2 radio stations should keep what they do right now, and then all the rest should just start from scratch. Just scrap everything. Start from scratch.
How does a radio station start from
a
scratch?
whole new way of thinking.
Hmm. Well, they do this all the time. I mean, they constantly are doing this, but they're all doing it on their own. Like, they change from country to rock, from rock to rap, from talk to whatever. These, the stations are always going through these changes constantly. Radio.
Well, it should be like a 2020 way of thinking. Like,
that's vision.
What?
Yeah, like the station in Louisiana.
Yeah.
It's like a rap station, but there's like no other FM rap station like it. It's called 99 Jams, JAMS in Louisiana. It's like
That's
the
how most
best.
people spell it, jams.
Yeah, but
there's 99 Jams here in South Florida, JAMZ. But this one in Louisiana is different. Like, it's like it has all the underground rap, and then there's like this station in Naples, Fort Myers.
Yep.
Like it has all the underground country, like the hardcore country rock and the country rap, like the new underground country. Like is the like.
Here's what you got to do. Here's what you got to do, Keith. What you got to do is find out who owns those radio stations. Like, is it Clear Channel? Who is it that owns the stations? Right. Find that out. That's the first thing. Find that out, and then find out who the program directors are, okay? Those are the two things you need to find out. And when you find that out, you can probably cross-reference that to any other stations and probably get the same results, where their program directors are allowed to pick the music, as opposed to, like, maybe like a big Clear Channel who's telling the program directors, what has to be played. Like, they're essentially programming the program directors. But those ones are probably more lenient because they're smaller and they actually have individualized program directors running the station. That's my guess. I don't know. But, you found it. Fuck it. Use TuneIn, though. Fuck radio at this point. You know what I mean? Like, you put me on there, I'll get some ratings. I'll get some goddamn ratings. You put me on the radio, it'll be like it's fucking 1990 again. We'll get some goddamn ratings, okay? Give me a lawyer, though, first. 646, what's up?
Hey, Joe, what's up? I was good until that stupid-ass call, but that call made me want to off myself like Tommy's barber.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, no. That guy always gets through. That fucking guy always gets through. Oh. Yeah, that was Keith Barber. And it does have barber in the name. Think about it. There's a correlation there. Tommy's barber probably killed himself because fucking Tommy comes in to get a haircut. That's probably what really happened.
Oh, this guy again. That's it. Today's the day.
Just jump out. What's the gif where the guy just dives out the office window? Like, that's the fucking... That's exactly what happened with Tommy. I guarantee it. By the way, I have no confirmation from Bailey yet that he's alive, so everybody continue to pray for him.
He's all over Twitter.
Oh, is he? Is he losing
but
his
not
mind?
angrily.
Oh, he's like, it was good. It was a good season.
So, what if it's not him? Could be anybody posting as him.
I'm not gonna do what everybody thinks I'm gonna do. Flip out, man! Like, he's just, like, really just holding it in. Oh wow.
He just goes into the freezer, takes out the meat, and just starts repeatedly just punching a rack of ribs for the next 3 hours in his garage.
Oh man, yeah, right. Oh, fucking Tawan, I'll get back to you on Twitter, man. I haven't responded to your DM. I'm sorry. I'll get back to you in a few. I'm trying to show you.
Beating the meat for hours on end.
I don't know if you've seen this, Troy, but Tommy NC's Instagram, he's been doing these Musically things, and they made me want to kill myself.
Come on. I think you know if I've seen that. I think you know.
Okay, you haven't.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, watch this. Watch this.
I thought I told you to get gas.
We're broke, remember? What was I supposed to do? Fill the tank, shoot the guy, and drive off?
So he keeps doing these, and I want to kill myself. Like every second, he's doing these things. I guess it's like
just weird 10-second loops.
Yeah, I guess like if you go on Musically, like you can either like sing a song or there's like all these audio clips from things, and like I guess you're supposed to like pantomime them or whatever. You're lip syncing them. Which is stupidly goofy. Is a weird, very kids like thing to do, and Tommy just does like hundreds of these. So I had to unfollow him on Instagram, and I was reading like all the comments on all of them. And, like, people are actually, like, these are people that mostly like him, right? Because on Twitter, he gets trolls. But on Instagram, he gets mostly people that I guess want to follow him. And
it's much easier when you don't have to look at them.
People are like, please stop doing this. Like, this guy wrote, I'd like it better if you'd match up the lip syncing. It's getting old, though, bud. Not so much fun.
Every other comment's just unsubscribe.
Someone goes, Tommy, I'm going to have to get rid of you if you keep posting these. Like, these really are bad. Stop this. Like, people that are, like, really his friends on there are like, stop.
It's a white flag, and you may as well start waving it right now,
The only
Leslie.
thing I will be waving is your decapitated head on a stick in front of your weeping mother.
Good Lord. It's a white flag, and you may as well start
Like,
waving.
he can't even, like, get his mouth moving the right way with the thing. And he looks like an idiot. And then he just, like, it's just enraging, dude. It's like, Tommy, are you 10, bro? Like, stop doing these things. Like, but he does a million of them, too. It's like he just wants to look at himself on camera.
My ancestors sent a little lizard to help me.
Pretty much.
Hey, dragon, not lizard. I don't do that tongue thing.
Oh!
Intimidating? Awe-inspiring?
Now, I'm telling you, bro, if you followed him on Instagram, you'd have like 900. Now, there's this woman in his
I'll
video.
make sure to not do that. Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, don't ever follow Tommy on Instagram. He's posting him on Twitter, though, too. And
This just in. I don't have Instagram. I'm safe.
Now, this is his best one he's done. He's done a bunch of them, and even this one he can't get it right. But the girl got it right.
Where's the noose?
Now, Tommy's fan. Tommy has a female fan from Texas, Debbie, who has been calling his show for years. And apparently she
What's
can't...
her mental deficiency?
I don't know yet, but there's clearly something wrong. Right? You have to be some kind of fucked up. And she went to visit him in Black Mountain.
Let's be clear. We're not saying there's necessarily something wrong. It's just something's definitely not quite right.
Exactly. She went to see him. I mean, she flew to see him in North Carolina. You know, to see Tommy.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about this ruined evening. That's not how you say ruined. What? Ruined? What do you call the remains of ancient Greek structures? Ruins. And how would you describe this evening? Well, ruined, of course. This evening is ruined. Say ruined. 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 What are you talking about? I'm talking...
Even she did it right.
God, he's horrible at it.
Yeah, he looks just stupid. Even she did it right. You know? Do you think he's banging her? Do you think she sucked his ass? Because she, like, loves him.
Do you think her audition went well for Hocus Pocus 2?
It probably did, actually. Do you think... I'm wondering... See, I'm thinking darker things about her and Tommy hooking up. You know?
I'm not, because I'm not gonna.
I want to see the Tommy and Debbie porn. Leah goes, look. Oh, my God. Imagine those two hanging around. Oh, my God.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Well, anyway, one last thing on Star Wars real quick. You see that Kelly Marie Tran had to leave Instagram, apparently, because she was getting, I don't know, bullied or something, so she left? She took off.
Yeah, I mean, it's understanding. A lot of people can only take so much, fuck you, you suck, you ruined this, ruined that. It's understandable.
Why do people go after her, though? Like, she has nothing to do with it. If you're mad, like, you should be mad at Josh, what's his name? The director.
Kathleen Kennedy?
Roundhead.
Ryan Johnson.
Roundhead Ryan Johnson. Be mad at Roundhead Ryan Johnson. Be even madder at Kathleen Kennedy, who hired him because she knew he was a cuck. And that's it. Like, I don't know, like, that's what you can be mad at them. But even them, like, you wouldn't be saying some of the things.
Anybody out there would take any role in Star Wars, even at this point.
Right. And that Kelly Marie Tran, or the girl that played Rose.
Yeah.
Did anybody even know who she was before? I didn't know who she was. So
no, she was practically a nobody. She fucking caught a big break, got lucky. Well, maybe not just lucky. I'm sure she was talented and had previous stuff in her resume anyway. But it just blew up, and yeah, people are just fucking shitty. Imagine that. Fucking probably the best thing that's ever happened in your life. And then all of a sudden, everyone's shitting on you for it. Hey, my dream came true. Fuck you. That sucks.
Yeah, that's basically
No matter
it.
what you think of the situation, just imagine that if you finally achieved your dream and everyone called you a piece of shit for it. How bad would that feel? The happiest you could possibly be in your life, and thousands of people just shit on you for it and probably call you horrible racist shit, and because you achieved a dream.
I couldn't believe
That's
that
awesome.
what they were saying to her, because it was like, dude, like, again, she has nothing to do. Like, this girl has nothing to do. Why are you spending energy? And by the way, I didn't see everything, so it could have just been trolls. Because I was like, maybe she's being a wuss. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's that bad. You know what I mean? Or if it's just she's like got no whatever. But it's been a while, so I assume it was constant and still going on. And
Well, obviously, she's somebody that actually reads it, and I guess as somebody that's new and like relatively was a normal person a year or two ago, would want to engage more. Whereas the bigger fans or people that don't even have that shit, it's like, no, I don't look at social media because I know it's just there's no point to it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
so it's tough.
Yeah, I guess I get what happened with her, but listen to this, Troy. By the way, I got to play some donations, guys. If you want to donate down below, the Twitch alerts link is there. Feel free to drop them in there, and we'll get them in a second. We'll take some more phone calls in a minute, too. But I got to tell you about this real quick. Leah found this. I don't know if you saw this, but an 80-year-old dude was, like, killed today. I think it was today. Was it yesterday?
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. So he got run over in Boston, right? So this.
I think I never gone. I think I heard this headline.
Oh, my God. When you see this video, everybody. So this guy runs over this 80-year-old guy. It was a green light. Guy was in the middle of the crosswalk. Car was coming, I guess. And I guess he just didn't stop and ran the guy over. And so then he got brought down to the police station by the police because they found him.
Like you do.
That's the man's claim, by the way. The police are looking at surveillance footage to find out if that's true or not.
Okay.
About the light. That's just his claim.
Oh, that it was a green light. Yeah, so they don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so allegedly whatever. But he gets brought into the police station. Then the police let him go. Now he also, I believe he ran, right, Leah? Like he was a hit and run?
It was a hit and run, yep.
So it was a hit and run, then he got caught, brought to the police station, and then they let him go. Because I guess he was like, I don't know, it was an accident. Didn't mean to hit the guy, right? Or I don't know what he said to the police. I'm not sure. But right after he got done at the police station, he decided to do an interview with Fox 25 News in Boston. And listen to this. This is gold, by the way.
Accidents happen, you know what I'm saying? Accidents happen. All it was an accident. You see what I'm saying? It was unprovoked. I didn't come outside. I came outside. I pumped gas in my car, and I was on my way to work. So while I was on my way to work,
you hear this?
Harvard Ave,
Can you hear this, Troy? This audio is weird.
Yeah, I can hear it, but you know, every single lawyer that's watching this is like, "Shut up!
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up!
Stop talking!
Shut the fuck up!"
So this guy's, he even says it at one point, like, I gotta wait for my lawyer, but
he's admitting to it on the news that he hit the guy. Oh, it was just an accident. No, shut up! Shut up! I told you to quit being stupid, you moron.
Oh my God, it gets worse. It gets worse. Well, it gets worse for him.
I know you guys have the address and stuff, and I heard it's gonna be on the news and stuff like that.
You're on the news now.
You know
Oh my God.
What happened is what happened, man, and it wasn't intentionally. Like I can show you a card. It's called Fatal. You know what I'm saying? Fatal. There's people hit and run people
You know what
all
I'm
the
saying?
time. You see what I'm
You
saying?
don't know what you're saying,
So it's
brother.
like, it just
Shut
happened to
up.
be an unfortunate.
He goes, people hit and run all the time. Yeah, people rob liquor stores all the time too.
Situation where I was driving. I don't take drugs. I wasn't intoxicated, but I was listening. You know what I'm saying? Listening to my music. But as I'm driving too quick. So I'm driving too quick to the point where
Oh
it's like.
my God. Shut up. No, you idiot. You think this guy's stupid to hit and run and to be interviewed by the news, and then it just keeps getting stupider and stupider. It's like a Rube Goldberg machine of stupidity. Shut your mouth.
I was just listening to my music, maybe too loud, and I was driving too quick. I was driving too quick.
I hit him. People hit and run all the time. I have my music on loud. I was driving too. Hold on. Is this like? Hold on. This is a joke, right? This
Start
is
writing
like
it down.
Gorilla. No, this is Dave Chappelle. This is like a secret Chappelle show because this is exactly like the Rick James sketch.
This
It's
is like
no,
Chappelle.
hell no, I didn't stop my feet on no goddamn couch. Hell yeah, it stopped at his couch. Motherfucker deserved it.
I believe at one point he also insinuates that there's all this racism in the country. He doesn't want something pinned on him. I believe at some point he says that. But he admits to hitting the guy and killing the guy and then says I was going too quick.
I couldn't really
Just start writing down all the incriminating thing like music loud, going too quick.
You don't have to write it down. There's a camera in his face.
Yeah, but just all the just the bullet points. Don't say that. Hit and runs happen all the time. You know.
But it was a green light. So as the guy was walking, the light is green. I'm driving and I'm pressing the horn. Beep, 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 beep. It was either I was gonna die and crash into a pole. So when it came down to it, man, accidents happen, man.
I was beeping at him.
He said, I can't believe that got even crazier. You could have told me what do you think he's going to say next? The fact that he says, basically insinuates, I saw him coming, I was honking and shit, and I didn't want to avoid him because I didn't want to crash. Wow.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This guy is fucked.
This guy is fucking fucked. Like, so fucked. Like, it's not even funny. Like, everything is so bad for him right now. Like, what in the world is he doing?
Are we? If I'm the guy holding the mic, like, I'm looking at the camera guy, like, are we on Punked? Like,
yeah.
Is it us?
The news reporter has to be just like, I don't even know. Like, they
What's
he gonna say next?
Now it's like exclusive.
Well, now I don't remember what's the next thing if there's anything left to incriminate himself on. But what do you think is next? If there is anything, I don't know if he does. I think that was it.
What else crazier could he say?
Yeah, what else could he?
Well, he claimed he didn't do drugs.
Yeah.
So.
The positives are he says it was a green light and he wasn't intoxicated. That's the positive so far.
I don't even know what I guess unless he says something like, I know it was a one-way street and I was going the wrong way. But...
You know what'd be funny? You know what'd be great is if he was like, I'm just happy it was a white guy. That's all.
I was gonna say we got enough of them. Yeah,
we got enough of
To be honest, man, like I'm like 33 and he was like 70. I mean, he didn't have that much time left anyway. And I don't have insurance on it. So I can't afford to be fixing it. Accidents happen, man.
Yeah, exactly.
We're glad that we're just getting the story straight because sometimes there's conflicting reports or whatever. So we hear from you directly, so they question you and then they
smash you.
Yeah, they released me because
don't do that.
Because they're idiots.
They released me because I'm not guilty, and that's why right now.
By the way, 5 minutes after this interview, he was arrested because the cops saw this on TV. I'm not kidding.
They let me go because I'm not guilty. I'm sorry. Did you not hear yourself talk for the past 2 minutes? Because all you were saying was, "Yeah, I was guilty." Well, I was guilty, and then he was crossing. I was guilty. I had the music up. I was guilty. I wasn't drinking or nothing, but I was guilty. But I saw him. I was guilty. I would have steered out of the way, but I was guilty. So
look at the headline, dude. Hit and run suspect held on $10,000 bail after confessing to Boston News.
Accidentally confessing, I guess.
Oh my God, man! This is like I can't. I wish it was.
I think the headline I saw was like "hit and run suspect." Quote: "Hit and runs happen all the time." Like that was the headline I saw.
Hit and runs happen all the time. I saw him, but I didn't want to crash into a pole. I was going too fast.
Either he's gonna die or I'm gonna die.
Either
so
he's
you
gonna
thought
die.
he was gonna die and you ran him over. Where did this happen? What did it say? What, like streets and stuff? Because I want to.
I don't know. I thought it was somewhere near Jamaica Plain. That area. Brighton. It was in
that
Brighton.
Makes sense. Somewhere he could have gone fast. Like he could have been on the J-Way or something.
Maybe. I mean, it was Brighton.
Admittedly, I fucking bomb on the J-Way. That's like my favorite place to drive. Fucking doing 50 between two lanes around the corners.
The guy was
Speed
80.
limit's 35. Suck my ass.
The guy was 80. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it probably took him 37 seconds to get across the road.
I mean, it is possible what this guy meant to say was like, I looked up and saw him.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Anything else?
I looked up and saw him like when he was about 2 feet in front of my car because he just walked across the street randomly during a green light. I was going, but when he says too fast, he perhaps means I was going the speed limit, which is 35, but it's too fast when you're 2 feet away from a guy who, jaywalked or whatever. Although he didn't, he did cross in the crosswalk. But, so I think he means when he says too fast, he might mean like anything is too fast to stop when it's that late to hit a guy. Not that he was going over the speed limit. But anyway, the surveillance video will probably show that, I guess. Like I don't know how they can determine his speed, but whatever.
I'm gonna try to hire obviously like an attorney.
Too late.
They're lawyers. They do what they
Ain't
do.
nobody taking that
they're
case.
able to basically talk to me and get the full story. That's why I'm only giving y'all guys a brief story because
Now he goes, I need to get a lawyer so I don't incriminate myself.
That act again. I lost again. That would have been the last thing I thought he would have said was, "I need to get a lawyer." Like
I need to get a lawyer.
He's slightly smarter than I suspect. He's like at 1% out of 100. Like at least he knows he needs a lawyer. He doesn't know how badly he needs one right now after that, but at least he knows he needs one. Like I'm the guy interviewing. I'm going, dude. I'm not sure there's. You better get Johnny Cochran. He's dead? You're fucked.
Dude, I'm dying with this guy, man. I need to get a lawyer.
You're dying like an old guy crossing the street.
Oh my god. He's going to say the I just can't. Lawyer Omega said lawyers should hit him with a car.
this is obviously, if this is on camera and I'm talking on Fox 25, and people lie and all types of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So
I think he already figured out right here
This
that
dude definitely ain't lying. I'll tell you that. This dude's definitely telling the truth. Because
do you think he just figured it out?
If those were his lies, I can't imagine. He must have actually shot the guy. If this is a story he's making up, he must have beat the guy to death with his bare fist. At least he's telling.
Don't you think he just dawned on him right there? Because go back a little bit. He's like, oh wait. This is on.
That's a good question. Is there a moment where he's like, I need to get a lawyer, and you see this momentary flash in his eyes, like I probably shouldn't be doing this? I don't think he ever gets that.
That's what it seems like. It seems like he realized, oh wait.
Directly, so they question you and then they released you, or?
Yeah, they released me because
Wait, don't do that.
They released me because I'm not guilty, and that's why right now I'm gonna try to hire obviously like an attorney. They're lawyers. They do what they do, and they're able to basically talk to me and get the full story. That's why I'm only giving y'all guys a brief story because this is obviously, if this is on camera and I'm talking on Fox 25, and people lie and all types of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna wait till I talk to my lawyer. Hopefully a paid lawyer. If not, I have a good lawyer that I had in the past, and she'll be able to
Who, my cousin Vinny?
I feel like
yeah, right. Hopefully a paid lawyer.
Right now, I'm not worried about nothing, man. Like I said, I'm not a stone cold killer. I didn't do nothing on purpose.
I agree with that.
That's that, man.
And then, so basically, this happened, and then you left to come here. Were you maybe worried? Because
I was scared. I was worried, because first off,
not as much as the guy.
I was scared and worried because I didn't know what
I was
could happen.
scared. Now he sounds like a cop.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I left. I said, God forbid, I hope he's okay. I even asked at the police station.
Rewind. What? I gotta hear that again. What? What? He was scared, so he left.
Dude, I hit the guy and I was scared, so I left. And I thought,
the next thing he's gonna say is, I finally understand when the officers say they were so scared they had to shoot people. I was so scared I had to drive away.
God forbid. I hope he's okay.
God, oh my God. Wait, doesn't he already know he's dead? Oh, okay. He means at the time he was driving away, he said, I hope he's okay.
If you hit somebody on purpose or not on purpose or whatever the case is, and you get out to try to help them immediately and call the police yourself, and you're on the scene freaking out, the cops are gonna remember, write that in the report. You know what I mean? It's gonna be documented that the guy was on the scene freaking out, and it was clearly an accident. But if you drive away, now people think that you either did it on purpose or you're a reckless person, who has no heart.
Or you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, you're a scumbag. I mean, sure, sometimes people freak out, but it's most people's nature is to stop to help. You know what I mean? Only usually people that did something wrong would take off. I mean, sometimes people that are
You got
good.
something in your trunk you got to dump.
Yeah, like he had to get rid of the gun or whatever. Yeah, kind of weird. All right, let's go back to what he just said.
I was scared and worried because I didn't know what could happen. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I left. I said, God forbid, I hope, he's okay. I even asked at the police station.
I was scared of what could happen. What worse could happen than running somebody over?
He'll be okay.
What if you stayed? Someone was gonna hit the both of you. I was scared I was gonna get caught and then arrested and released, and I'd have to be doing an interview on Boston 25. And my worst nightmare came true.
I would freak out too, but I don't know what I would do if I ever hit somebody, even if it was their fault, even if they ran out and you ran somebody and they went flying and then their head busted open and you're sitting there. I'd probably I'd throw up for weeks.
Yeah, it would be crazy. I mean, even just both time I've gotten into fender benders, it's just I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but imagine someone imagine someone runs out on the road and you bash them in the car.
I'm talking about I get crazy over $200 of the property damage if you actually fucking hit a kid. Dude, oh my god, the other day when I was driving to work last week, so I'm driving down, it's a 2-lane road, speed limit's 35, but it's thickly settled houses, couple businesses, and at one point there's a road that comes down to the hill to the right, and I swear to god, it was the fucking street sign, just a red ball comes bouncing down the hill, and I'm like, all right, where's the kid? Where's the kid? Looking for it. It was fucking ridiculous.
yeah. Oh my god.
I've had that happen. I've had the kid.
Sign.
Yeah.
I've had that happen where the kid runs out.
Yeah. Yep.
But you see the ball and you're like, shit,
Yeah.
And you stop. And the kid came running out.
Luckily, there was no kid, and the ball came out of nowhere. It was fucking out of it or something. But it was just so random when you see the textbook bright red ball bouncing into the street. Not just rolling, but doing the actual bounce. Oh, jeez.
Oh, God. Jay Powers in the chat said black people can't stay away from the camera. Nobody can stay away from the camera. It's not black people. Nobody can. White people jive in front of the camera, too.
I'm going to be honest, though. If you grew up in around my neighborhood, you want to be on Boston 25.
Yeah.
Formerly Fox 25.
Everybody does this. This isn't a black people thing.
Less popular.
No, you just shouldn't have said anything. This guy shouldn't have said a goddamn thing, man. The funniest thing is that he gets arrested a few minutes later, because they're watching it.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like somebody's.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it at that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Were you surprised that they let you go? Were you scared they were gonna charge you, or?
Hey, man, I'm out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real. I'm a real gangster. You see?
Again, it takes a more unbelievable turn. I think your supposition was right. I think he probably had a gun in the car if he's a real gangster.
Oh, wait a second, though. I think we took it out of context. Hold on.
See what I'm saying? I'm a real gangster, not a bad way. I'm a gangster because I help out the community and I look out for the youth.
That still is questionable.
It's almost like. It's like
I'm telling you this. He doesn't run a community center. I don't know anything about the dude, but I can tell you he doesn't run a community center. He ain't volunteering at the local Y.
Tell me you can see the video. Can you see the video? Because it's gonna get funnier in a minute.
Yeah, I've been watching it. I see the person bopping in the background.
It's gonna get real funny in a few minutes. So he's a gangster. It's almost like he said that.
Is there still 3-4 more minutes of him digging a hole?
Yeah.
He's gonna dig to China by the time this is done. The cops aren't gonna find him.
They're just gonna play this in the fucking courtroom. That's it.
Yeah. The prosecution has a 7-minute and 10-second video, and then we rest our case.
So I know that's why everybody got my back, my family.
My gangster friends.
I'm not scared of. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Where were you going at the time? Were you at working or just?
I was working.
Where do you work?
Just like Uber, You know what I'm saying?
I work at Uber.
Yeah.
So you're on an Uber ride? Like,
No, I was.
They're happy about
yeah,
this now.
exactly.
You're picking
He's
someone up.
fired.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
You think he has a, you think he has
Reviewing
a
driver, 1 star, had hit and run, though still give the diamond for tidy car.
You think he's got the Uber job yet? Still, you think he's still an Uber tomorrow?
The irony is he's actually Uber Black qualified. That would be kind of funny. They look it up, like, right now. Once you hear that, anybody's looking on the Uber recent trips, like, didn't I drive with that guy last week? What is he rated? It would be kind of funny if he's got like a 4.9 rating and shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This guy.
Man, I wish my Uber drivers were in that much of a rush to come pick me up.
Yeah, this guy thinks it's like Taxi in 1989. The fuck is going on? All right, so he continues. The Uber driver continues, which I wonder if he really does work at Uber, by the way.
Talking with us,
Probably
and,
just Lyft.
Obviously, we just always
What is the outfit he's wearing right here?
Get the real story, and we don't ever.
What kind of Uber driver wears this outfit that he's wearing?
Confirm your spelling of your name.
Watch this.
So I have it.
It's PHOCIAN.
What?
How do you pronounce that?
His name is Potion.
What?
This guy's name is Potion.
This is like 7 times in a row. This interview has gotten crazier. You give me 300 guesses to guess that guy's name. 300 guesses, I do not guess Potion.
No.
500 guesses, I don't think I guess Potion.
It's a name, yo. Potion. Watch Potion's outfit.
Pronounced potion, but spelled as Fotion.
What is that? What is he wearing that for? Why is he?
Wait, is that like a clean? Is that like a clean?
He's gonna clean her outfit.
Like surgical, like stock.
What in the world? That's because they took it. They took his clothes
take
for
his clothes
evidence.
for evidence?
Yes,
So right now, like I
they
said,
did.
Oh my god! Why?
But it's like, at the end of the day,
Wait, so
man,
they released him in this outfit?
Yeah, because they took the clothes
Oh
and the
my-
car as evidence.
Oh my Christ! Oh my god! You scared me for a minute. I'm like, this guy just killed somebody. I mean, somebody
Well,
else.
he did.
Somebody else. Yeah. Oh my god! Okay, so that's not as funny now, but
Wait, so you're telling me that would be kind of funny if it just turns out that is his outfit? He was in the Dexter outfit already.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the car like that, or no, he had to go back into his
Dexter.
house. Oh my god!
Blexter. I would have guessed his name was Blexter before Fotion.
Potion, yeah.
And I mean, I know we live in a racist
There he goes.
society. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we live in a racist society, you fucking idiot. You just killed somebody, you stupid. See, this is what happens. Now he goes into racism. Yeah, racism's the problem. You fucking dummy.
So even y'all being, y'all color, I'm not racist, prejudiced.
What? Like, even y'all being y'all color, I'm not racist and prejudiced. What is he talking about? Is he talking to white people? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Why is he bringing up race?
But I'm gonna keep telling this. I'm gonna keep preaching this, man. Accidents happen, and that's all they get. If I was a crazy lunatic, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys like,
Incriminating myself.
But
That's funny. I actually, fun fact, folks, we're gonna learn something today. Back in 200 BC, that was Ptolemy's actually third school of thought. Accidents happen. Yeah, he was caught up on that for a good decade.
Accidents happen.
Accidents happen. This guy studies his classics. This Phocion is a man.
You know, I really believe that. I think he's a little bit careless, and he killed somebody, and that's it. I don't think he is a monster. He just sounds like he was a little reckless, or an accident happened. I don't know. It's really going to come down to the video footage. Like, if he's bombing, you know what I mean, and never stops, and this guy's in the middle of the street.
I think it's going to come down to this video footage.
Yeah, you're right. This might be it right here. Oh, see you later, Potion.
Can you imagine how lucky you were? You hit and run, and they released you. You were actually, it was fucking hit and run, and you got released.
Yeah, you
how
got
lucky
released.
This motherfucker is.
Yeah, he's not in jail. If everything was racist, he'd still be in jail. You know what I mean?
And they said it was because of this interview.
Yeah, they came back because of this interview.
Because they said they released him because they didn't have enough evidence at the time. And then he goes on and he does this fucking interview. And they go and pick him up.
It's so funny. Fucking Leah said this to me earlier. I was just losing my mind. He's gonna release this CD in jail. Accidents happen, man. Accidents happen, man. I'm a gangster. Yo, Potion, I'm a gangster. I'm a gangster. Yo, when old white guys walk across the street, sometimes my ties just meet, and they run him over. Now he's fresh meat. It's a beat that I created. I'm not a monster. I'm a gangster, but not a bad one. Potion. Yo, my name is Potion. Get yourself out the road. Yo, get yourself out the road. Yeah, I'm Show. I'm running old white guys over. There's a lot of racist shit. But yo, Cracker should've watched out for me. Oh, I'm incriminating myself. Yo, Potion killing somebody else. I gotta wait for my lawyer. Pedal to the metal, I will run your fucking ass right down. And then I'm going back to my house, say what's up to my mom in my hometown. I smoke sometimes, it's true, but it's okay if I'm with you. I'm in love with Boston, yo, what's up? Boston, what's up? Yo, yeah, shit. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes bad stuff happens. Accidents happen. Yeah, it's going too fast. But yo, motherfuckers, old ass. He dented my car. Who gon' pay for that? I got a fucking body marker splat on my hood. Yo, if you need an Uber, call me up. I'll pick you up. I'll get you there on time, even if I have to run over 3 white guys at a time. Yo, Potion. Potion. Hit me up, I'm your Uber driver. Dude, I swear to God, I'm gonna take the clips of this guy saying all the incriminating shit and just put it in a song. Like, it's gonna be great. This fucking guy. Like, he continues on some more.
Bad about what happened to the guy. I mean, just
It's the news.
This guy goes, "You feel sad about what happened to the guy?" He just looks around like, I guess his mother or somebody.
I think somebody was asking what was going on. He was like, "What's the news?"
Someone said mom or something. The news is here.
It's the news, mom.
Oh, it's his mom. Yeah, his mom's there.
You live here with them.
Cause that.
How old is this guy? He's living with mom.
Okay, here's the thing. Is his mom smart enough to tell him to shut the fuck up and not talk to the news?
Right. Yeah, because, well, I don't know if she knows that he killed somebody. You know, she's just like, "Oh, hi." Like, why are you talking to me?
Or that he just confessed on TV.
Yeah. Did you know that he just confessed? Because he's on, he smoked this fucking marijuana that's crazy truth serum shit, you know? That's what it almost feels like. It almost feels like he, like, smoked the biggest fucking...
He's on truth serum?
Yeah, like he smoked fucking green peppermint, you know what I mean, from the hills, you know, and that makes you be like wicked honest with people about stuff.
I need something that would make me that stupid. I need whatever he's got in that case.
No, you don't. You don't want that, because then you'll start being like, yeah, I mean, like, life's pretty good now. I mean, but yeah, when I was 14, I remember when I killed somebody. Like, what?
I'll tell you later.
I'll tell you later. See, she doesn't know.
No.
What, is she Asian?
She what?
I'm gonna tell you later in the house.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
is she black? Is she Samoan?
All right.
Yeah, my name is
again, the video
Fist,
takes
man.
a crazier turn on guess things that are gonna happen. His Asian mother coming out of the house was nowhere on my list.
Is he adopted, or is that really what is going on?
Why is he home and he hasn't changed his clothes?
Well, I don't know.
I'm sure they were waiting outside. They probably found his addresses and were waiting to see him.
I still feel like I would have been like, you know what? Let me change first.
Yeah, well, you also wouldn't admit to killing a guy on TV, so and probably wouldn't.
I suppose there's a lot of things
There's
I
a
wouldn't
lot
have
of
done
bad
in this
things.
situation.
I mean, dude, all I would ever say if I just first of all if I just killed someone, I don't even know if I could be on camera. But let's assume that I'm like in shock so I can function. My response to the news team would be like I'm terrified right now over what happened. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't feel real that this just happened. It was an accident. Somebody's dead.
You don't say
I
that.
did it.
You don't even want to admit to if you did or anything or were involved.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like that would be all I would ever be able to say is like I'm terrified.
See, even you said too much. That's why you never talk to the cops.
I know, but
By the
I
way,
mean
people
that's
out there. If you're out there and don't know, if you've actually done something wrong or you're really worried, don't say a fucking word to the cops. If it's probably not something you could talk your way out of.
Well,
Never
I
give
mean,
anybody any evidence.
I mean,
Don't be this guy.
if you know they're gonna have surveillance, you know that they know it's you. All these things. I mean, you can say. I mean, it's not too crazy.
No, don't do that. You never do that. You know why? Because maybe between now and the fucking court date that you have 3 years from now, that footage disappears or goes bad. But guess what? They have you on record saying you did it. You admitted to it because you thought they had the tape of it.
That's a good
why
point.
You never say
The other
shit.
point.
Well, the other thing too is the cops will.
Like the many different defenses that your lawyer can come up with. You're sort of like whittling those away.
Yeah.
The more
exactly.
you talk.
Before you even know it.
Yeah, before you even know like what your lawyer is capable of coming up with, different defenses, whatever the laws are and stuff. That's why you have a lawyer. You
Well,
don't
I'm
know what the
sorry.
laws
I
are.
mean, maybe I'm just a human. Like I mean, maybe I'm a good person. I guess I don't know. Like I would.
Oh, I mean, I've talked my way out of every single time I've been pulled over. Every single time, but maybe it's like 3 times I've almost gotten a ticket.
I'm just saying, like if
I've always been honest, and they're just like, all right, go
but that's
ahead.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
exactly.
saying. I would say I would be honest because I'd be like, I know that I didn't mean to do anything and that something was an accident. So like I wouldn't be worried about all that stuff that you get. Like I wouldn't be worried. I would admit to it because otherwise I'd feel guilty. Like I mean, call me an idiot, which I am, I guess. But but I wouldn't do what he's doing, and say like, oh, I was going too fast. I hit and run, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have done a hit and run either. So, like, they would have known it was me because I would have stayed there. The cops would have been like, yeah, he was on scene. So,
a whole different thing.
So, like, yeah, so I could have come home and said to the cop, like, the Fox 25, yeah, the guy jumped out in the road and I ended up hitting somebody. There was nothing I could do, and I'm terrified, and I'm going in my house now.
As cold as it sounds, part of it you just gotta craft that narrative. Even if you're innocent, you gotta craft the narrative. There's cases of people getting fucked by the system. You ever hear that guy? I think it was back in the early '90s, or I think it was down in Texas or something. His house caught fire, and the 3 kids died, and they ended up fucking killing him for it. Turns out it was just an electrical fire.
Oh,
they thought
my
he
God.
was like an arsonist and shit.
How do you get out of some of that stuff, though? It's like, what do you.
Shit's crazy.
All right,
Well, I think that's the point behind people fleeing, lying, and stuff like that. Is that it's like our justice system is far from perfect, and we're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. But it's like, innocent people go to jail all the time.
Yeah, if they can't prove it.
Scared.
That's why I'm not.
White guy.
That's why I'm not That's why I'm not okay with the death penalty, because I know that there's people that go to jail for things that they didn't do. So it's like, there's gotta inevitably be people that are sentenced to death that didn't do it.
Right. Yeah, there's lots of people too.
Super Chat Party.
Caps Window Cup shout out to JB Karma for leaving MT.
Oh my God. Tommy's 12th chin donated a $2 super chat. That you hear that, Bailey? It's karma for leaving. Monetize this. Oh man, this is his first big loss. Can't believe it. Chris Rock and
other
Adam
than
Sandler.
being a Pacers fan for his whole life, but
Well, yeah, I mean, but yeah, for hockey, it's like his first boo boo.
What's his first anything for hockey?
Yeah, exactly. It's his first.
Rip Bailey, not a good night for you. Vegas and Red Sox lose. Yeah, call the police. Police officer, medium skin tone.
It actually read the emoji's color or whatever. Bry guy, thank you.
Yeah, it was a good one. You can't be pissed about getting to the Stanley Cup Finals in the first season of existence.
Yeah, I mean, for somebody that just joined hockey, the whole hockey thing, and with a brand new team and everything, to get to where they did is insane.
It's crazy what they did.
Breaking news, Punk return confirmed. Seanzviews
Yeah, Jim K's. What's up, Jim K's?
Also, Bailey doesn't seem angry.
Yeah, I'm
on
suspicious
Twitter.
of that.
He's not flipping out the way I think all of us thought
I'm
he was going
suspicious
to.
of that. He's killed. His whole family's dead right now, and he's like, this is like, I'm seriously like, how weird is that? Isn't that more concerning that he's apparently seems to be okay?
You think he Benoit him?
I think he did something. Something's going on over there.
Oh, I just caught what you said, Troy. I was like, I barely heard
I
you.
slurred
I'm like,
it a little.
Yeah, I was trying to piece
I
it
said,
together.
you think he Benoit him?
Yeah.
Oh.
Benoit.
Brian Colongello's wife might be posting as JB.
I think I'm gonna use that as a curse to yell at people online when I fucking dominate people. Get Benoit, bitch.
Finn Balor, especially if they have
I'm gonna
family.
Beat you so bad you're gonna kill your whole family.
Finn Balor forever. Thanks for the $2, man.
Did you tell everybody that somebody sent you a message earlier on Xbox because you like beat them so bad in hockey?
Yeah, the guy was like, "I'm reporting you," and I was
I'm
like,
reporting you for cheating.
"Yeah." I sent him a crazy message back.
It might be better and funny if Fami did those.
Fami did what? Fami did the interviews? Yeah, maybe Fami could do the Man on the Street interviews, Broken Lion. Thank you, Broken Lion, for the $2 super chat. Yeah, I sent that guy on Xbox a message back. I said, I'm reporting you for being a cheater or whatever. And I said, well, I'm reporting you for being a So, there you go.
Well, then you actually get reported for saying faggot, so...
Yeah, maybe. We'll find out.
That's what they do a lot of times. They just bait you into doing shit like that. Until you swear.
I did put an asterisk in the middle of it, so technically I didn't say that.
Oh, okay, that's nice then.
So
that might work.
Should be okay.
Super chat party.
Plus, we got Jake the Ambassador, so...
Tommy is still trending on Buffalo Wild Wings page.
Oh, John Wills, thanks for the $2, John. Yeah, that was a crazy thing. They tried to say Ice Poseidon was a racist.
Did you see people getting mad about that like the day after it happened when like Buffalo Wild Wings put up an apology or whatever, and apparently the apology wasn't good enough for people? They were like, really? That's all you have to say? Blah, blah. And then there was like other people being like, where's our free this and free that? And like,
why? Well, it's not their fault.
It didn't seem like a joke. Like, it seemed like people were actually being serious about like, we should get free this, you should do this. This isn't a good enough apology, and it's like
$5 coming from Vatican.
Assholes.
Hey, I want to let you know that you're. What did he say? That I'm gay? He called me gay. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
After witnessing 2 decades of playoff jokes, I can't believe I actually lived to see ADC.
Yeah.
Team win a championship. Hashtag ALLCAPS. Hashtag ALLCUM.
Dude, all caps, all come. There you go, CJ Bradley. The Caps won. Ovechkin is a champion. Ovechkin is a champion, CJ Bradley. Yeah, it was something the other day. Wow, CJ Bradley's donation was 22 minutes ago. There's still a few more to go through.
All I want to say is Joe Cronin got a big motherfucking cock. And fuck all you motherfucking haters. Y'all know how we get down. It's West Side for life. Yeah. Cronin got a big motherfucking cock.
What's up, Army? Dumbass on Boston 25. There is a thing called anything you say will be used against you in a court of law. Hope you like the My Cousin Vinny lawyer. Worst case, get Tom Hanks' ass scrubber because Spider will anal rape you in prison.
Bad Omen, thank you. Bad Omen 666.
Also, fun fact, note of that, like he said, anything you say can will be used against you, not for you. They don't let cops testify
Pushin had
for you.
smoke with Ted, never smoke with a bear.
That's true. Thank you to Bad Omen and Finn Balor forever. Potion.
Hey, a cop,
won't happen.
A cop did show up and testify. I wasn't on trial though. I was the victim.
Yeah.
Remember? A
Yeah.
cop showed up to that and testified.
Yeah, state cop showed. I think he showed up because he hated that girl.
He did.
I
He
think
was
he's-
like, I don't know. When
He was
the whole
butthurt.
time. Huh?
He was butthurt on her, like calling him a bitch and cunt and whatever.
Wait, that happened?
Yeah, I think she called him a cunt. I think he
Oh,
said
you
that.
mean from? Okay, but well, I wasn't allowed in the
Oh, right.
courtroom.
I was-
Remember?
yeah, I was in there though. Yeah.
Super chat party.
CJ Bradley with a $10.
Here's a little bit of money towards Justin Bailey's bail for tonight.
Hey, thank you, CJ Bradley.
That lawyer sucked, by the way.
Their lawyer was a joke.
Yeah, the guy, like, I proved him wrong, like, right then and there. Like, he tried and, like, making it seem like what was it? Remember the
Okay, so like this is the greatest thing ever. I forget exactly what happened. CJ Bradley, thanks for the super chat, bro. But basically what happened is, like, cutting to the people have heard this before, some people, but cutting to the long and the short of it is, a girl set up Leah to meet them somewhere with her, what she thought were her friends.
was set up by who was supposed to be a friend of mine, a guy.
I'm just trying to cut to the chase. Like
Alright,
a mutual guy friend of Leah and a different girl set them up to meet so that they could fight. Well, Leah wasn't going to fight the girl because she didn't want to, but the other girl was like an aggressive bitch, so she tried to. So then Leah tried to get away at some point and walk away and like leave. And so when she was getting in her car, the girl went nuts and tried to like bash her window in and break into her car. And so Leah just drove away, like knocking her over and stuff. But then her car got screwed up and got stuck in a ditch. And so anyway, then the cops showed up and all the kids ran away and scrambled or whatever. And she broke Leah's window and cut her hand on the window.
She literally ripped the window was halfway down, and I had shut the door, and she literally like hulked. Shook the window and broke it. Like, you know what kind of force it takes to break a halfway down window in a car?
So they're in the.
You really got to give it a good yank.
Yeah.
They're in the court, and I don't really remember how it went, and I wish I did, but basically,
I remember.
You remember everything. You remember like the defense that contradicted themselves.
I remember the part that I was talking about because her lawyer was saying that. She broke the window not because she ripped it out the way I said it happened, but because when I drove away, the door hit her, and it did bump her, but at that point, the window didn't break. What happened was it bumped her, and it knocked her on her ass, and that's what ended up, because I was like, I'm just going to drive away. If you're not going to get out of my face, I don't care if you're standing there, I'm going to drive away. Because she was too afraid to hit me. You could tell like she was trying to goad me into hitting her, I think, like is what it was, and I wasn't going to do that. So I backed up just a little bit, and the door bumped her, and it knocked her on her ass, and everybody that was there, that was all her friends, laughed, and I think that set her off. Yeah, so that's when she started attacking me, and eventually I was able to start to drive away, but I had the option of either hitting her, driving down this giant hill, like embankment thing, or going over this sort of mini barrier that was like, it was like a halfway, it was a telephone pole that was like halfway in the ground, you know, kind of like a don't drive over this, you'll get stuck. And that's what happened. So I went over that, and I had like a little 91 Honda Accord. It was wicked low to the ground. It got stuck. Yeah. So I couldn't move anymore. But at that point, I was able to close my door. And when she came over, that's when she ended up ripping the window. Well, the lawyer was trying to say that when I backed up and hit her with the door, that's when it broke the window. And I was like, well, I have pictures of glass in my car. From when she busted the window out, like there wouldn't be glass in my car from the door being bent back that way. When she fell into it, the window would have busted out the other way, and she would have been standing there. Yeah. How could there be all this glass in my car? Because when I went to pick up, my car got towed, and I went and picked it up the next day, and I took pictures of everything before I touched it.
So when
and then he just stopped questioning me after that.
What happened? What happened was their worst thing they did to me was I was listening. Was they were talking about something, and then they brought on a witness, which was a kid that we went to school with, and like Leah's ex-boyfriend actually, and they brought this guy on, and at the beginning of the questioning, they asked him like where her car was parked in relation to this and that, and he basically goes, well, it was really dark and it was like a cloudy night, so I couldn't really see that far away to see what was going on. And then they said, well, then what about this and that? And he said, well, I couldn't hear it because it was kind of windy. So, like, I couldn't hear the sound or something. Like, so he basically...
It's, like, worse than useless.
Yeah, there was, like, some kind of questioning at the beginning about that. So, anyway, so then later on, like, when they were asking about, like, what happened exactly, he told them that... I think he basically tried to say that, you know, that she tried to hit... Leah maybe tried to hit her with the car. Like, or something like that. It was something to do like that. And basically, Leah's lawyer was like, so you said earlier, so where were you in relation at this point?
Not my lawyer, the prosecution.
The prosecution was like, so at this point, where were you standing? And he was like, I was standing over there. He's like, so you're still about the same distance? He's like, yeah. And so a minute ago, you said that you didn't remember, you couldn't see where the car was originally and where she was and everything because of the fog and all these other things. And now you're saying that you're still in the same spot, but now all of a sudden you can see. So why can you now see everything and hear everything when earlier you couldn't? And he was like, I don't know. Like I just
It was like our friend on Fox 25.
Yeah, exactly. And the guy was like, okay, well, anyway, thank you very much for that. So now then they brought up two witnesses that were there, and then they gave their story, which for the most part matched up with Leah's story, and they were closer around, but they came in late, like towards the end, and I guess they were worried about Leah because like they saw everyone left and they saw kind of what happened at the end.
Yeah, they stayed with me. They came over to check on me.
Yeah.
They were actually like decent people.
Yeah, it's weird. Talk about weird how these two people who just witnessed it and were nice, and they were probably, what would you say, they were like our age now or a little bit younger?
Yeah, you're probably about how old we are now.
Yeah, they were just like a young 28-year-old couple or 30-year-old couple, and
idiots. Do we have more of Fox 25 guy? Was there like another 2 minutes of insanity left?
I don't
because after Asian Mom, I don't understand what's next.
I don't think it's as funny, but there is a little bit left. Let's find out if it gets funnier. But there is a little bit left. Yeah, Mom comes out.
Like, what's next? I'm gonna go like he brings up Obama somehow. That's my next wild guess. He somehow gets Obama wrangled into this.
I don't know what he's gonna say. Yeah, there's 2 minutes left. Maybe it's the news wrapping up. I don't know. Maybe he'll say, it'd be great if they had him getting arrested now. That'd be funny. Now, maybe he'll just tell Mom.
Yeah, you actually see the cops roll around in the background.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. We'll see.
To know that. That's that.
I appreciate you sharing your side, and I know that it's not easy, and you could very easily say,
So
whatever.
I'm gonna see y'all, man.
All right. And
We
don't
just
work with the
incriminated
other
you.
Crews, so you're just talking to us. And, have you talked with any of the other news stations, or
nope?
See, somewhere.
Yeah, don't.
See, have you talked to any other news stations? Yeah, just talk with us. We'll give you money. Somewhere there's going to be an active, like somewhere Black Lives Matter is going to turn this into like the white newsman incriminated him, like coaxed him into saying all this. You know what I mean? They're gonna say
I
like.
hope not.
Exclusive with just us, or
yes.
Okay. Is there a number that I could save to keep in touch with you?
Man, these kids are annoying. Who the hell's kids are these kids? Like, somebody throw them into a wall or something. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, somebody run him over with a car.
Yeah, hit them with a car.
Just once you
and then run away.
More that you want to say later, or
like, look at this guy. He's really trying
I
to
won't
listen.
Give it out, just for me as the reporter.
You can take my number 617.
Hold on 1 second. I'm not going to email this out or anything.
Are they gonna bleep this out? Are they gonna get that guy's phone number?
I'm gonna leave it at that, bro. I'm gonna talk.
I hope they bleeped out his phone number.
That's okay. How old are you? You don't mind me asking?
I'm like 3,000 years old, bro.
Again, he does it again.
Oh
he claims to be 3,000 years old.
Oh my
Not
God.
on my top 100 list of things I thought he would say.
Oh, dude, somebody.
I'm like 3,000 years old, bro.
Like 3,000 years old.
Foshin don't die. Foshin
Dude.
been here since the beginning of time. Foshin gonna be here at the end of
Dude,
time.
get the Gregory brothers on this thing right now. Like, somebody, like, hit them up, bro. Like, I'm like 3,000 years old. My name is Potion. Oh, my, I'm a gangster. You know what I mean? I was going too fast.
3,000 years old.
Green
All
light.
my stories I've told.
It was
Potion's
a green
my
light.
name. Hit and run is my game.
I was going a little too fast. I'm a gangster. Like, come on, man. Get the Song of Fire on this thing. This guy's a mess.
3,000.
Okay. All right, man.
See, now he should just start saying crazy shit so he could say he's crazy or something. Like, you know
What
what
do
I
you
mean?
mean
Like,
start saying crazy shit?
yo, I fuck pineapples too. Put that down. I fuck pineapples.
Put that down.
So-
I can get you a good referral to a pineapple. We get him at the bodega down the street.
So that they could claim that he was so messed up because of the accident that he went home and did actual drugs. And then he went out and Fox 25 was out there and he just said all this stuff to them and didn't even know.
It's like somebody is role-playing at this guy, and they have like the lowest intelligence and charm possible, and they just keep rolling ones. Like, what do you want to say to the guy next? Roll a one. Well, I hit him, and then I ran away. Oh, shit. I know. All right, let me re-roll that. One. Yeah, I had my music up too loud, and I was driving too quick. Like, shit! It's just everything that you could say bad. Everything that could go wrong. goes wrong.
Charisma 1. He looks good though.
How'd police leave it with you? Did they say you were going to be charged, or did they say...
Yeah, it looks like he'll do well
now-
in prison. You're right.
Right now, man, God is
Yeah,
good.
dude, someone's gonna pull his hair and do his ass.
I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? Everything's going to happen for the better. I'm not guilty, so...
Did they handcuff you here when they came?
Nope.
That's not what you
Alex
said
Miles
earlier.
goes blame it on the Ambien.
Yeah, but it was Ambien. Yeah, but
I didn't mean to hit and run, but I was on the Ambien, and I just read that Roseanne tweet, and I was like, what?
yeah, I was trying to.
That would be a good one. Yeah, I didn't see him. I was on Twitter at the time.
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
They treated you with respect? Or...
Yep.
Okay. Yep. But it was right here in your mom's place that they knocked
Yep.
on the door?
And then my mom allowed them to come in, and, you know, she told me to just go do what you got to do, and I went and did what I had to do.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. And
My name's Dylan!
out of left field, but
My name's
all right,
Dylan.
Appreciate it. You're done. All right. Thank you. All right.
I hope those aren't his kids. I think they were just neighborhood kids. I hope.
Yeah, I just tried to get on TV. Was that kid doing Vogue? Was Dylan doing Vogue for a second? Where did he learn that?
Oh my god, dude, he just went deuces. Like, hey, deuces. Like, would you be able to do that if you just killed somebody? Like,
Why? It looks like he's walking into his kill room.
yeah, like, with the silencer on the gun. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it's like Marky Mark at the end of The Departed.
Yeah, that's all I could think of when I first saw that
Just
too.
do
I
it.
was like, no way.
I'm 3,000 years old.
Oh my god, what is going on, everybody? Oh man, I can't deal with it. We gotta get the fuck out of here. I went way over the time. I think, yeah, he lives with his mom. He's got to be like 30 something.
Well, not for long. He doesn't.
Dumbass self-snitching. He's an idiot, Cash said.
So I always wanted Potion to move out of the house, but not like this.
Dude, someone's gonna come up with some kind of thing for this guy. I'm gonna make a song after we're done tonight. I just don't know what's. I don't know, man. Stop telling on yourself, Potion. Like something like that. Like. Oh my god, dude. Potion. And he's 3,000 years old. This might be a new Diablo game. I was going to talk about that, but we'll save that for later. Another day. Diablo. We've known about this, but yeah, Diablo 4.
Another Diablo.
At some point. So yeah, that's it, man. We got to get out of here. I had fun. Thank you, Troy. We had fun. Leah says thank you to everybody. She's not here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, my daughter keeps coming downstairs. Like she's like down there again. It's like, Jesus. Go to bed. It's midnight. Every once in a while, she just don't sleep. She's like, I'm up. And Leah has to keep going and putting her to bed. Oh, because she's potty training. Yeah, that's a big thing, too. All right, guys. This was episode 10 of Throwdown. Throwdown episode 10. We talked a little bit about CM Punk earlier. What do you think? You think he wins or loses? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll be live tomorrow night with Monetize This. I got in touch with YouTube today, and they not only did they get rid of my strike on my other channel that wouldn't allow me to upload videos, but they also got rid of the old one so I can go live on Joe Cronin Show now, too. So,
nice.
Fucking awesome, man. And now I got 2 contacts at YouTube. So, fucking awesome. I got all this extra access. Shout out to Ben, Trusted Flagger. Shout out to Boogie2988, who helped me and got me in touch with people. And now I'm ready to go. Bring on the people, bitches.
Bring on the next strike.
Bring it on, because I got it. Next one, I'll fuck you up. I'm 3,000, 100,000 million years old. I'm driving too fast. Too fast. Too fast. Why? Am I streaming games? Am I supposed to? Are we streaming games tonight? Troy, are we playing games?
Yeah, sure. Switch over to pub. Or
Okay.
did you already tell 50 people to leave?
Oh, all right. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I'll play PUBG. PUBG on Twitch, everybody. All right, we're gonna go to Twitch and play PUBG. Okay. All right, guys. Good night. See you guys over on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS. I think it is. See you on Twitch. Me love you long time. Potion. Yo, this is Potion. This is Potion. I run the green light too fast. I rode some 80-year-old cocksucker on his ass. And now we dead. Yeah, I did it. I'm a gangster. 3,000 years old. 3,000 years old. I live with my mom. Fox 25. Put me in jail, cause I don't give a fuck. I never did nothing wrong. Hit that old cocksucker with my car. Uber driver, man. I'll do 7 years in the can. If I have to, I'll probably be someone's bitch. Goodbye.
For now.
See you guys on Twitch.